All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, I am fantastic. I had a great weekend, Carlos. We seem a little quiet today. Is it just me? The volume seems low.
I'm not sure. I haven't noticed. I know
Okay.
we
All
got
right.
a
Maybe
lot of
it's just
stuff
me.
in the green, a lot of positive news out there on trade stuff with the deadline coming up. But
What
yeah,
we got? What?
but yeah, we'll see. We'll see
I'm
what
a little
happens.
low. My volume's low. I don't know what's going on. Something wrong with the volume. All right.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
we'll,
I
we'll
uh, I hear you good, man. I don't know. What do you guys see out
okay.
there? Um,
Anyways, yeah, we'll see what's going on. We got well, yeah, some things going on. It's the calm before the storm here, as we've got not much to report this morning, but it should be a busy week. So looking forward to that.
yeah, absolutely. And hopefully, if it's not busy, hopefully we can count on some Wall Street memes, kitty stuff, short thing happening. That would be fun. So let's see what takes place there. Friends, before we continue, here's a look at our current gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. So again, as I mentioned before, a lot of stuff in the gap up today. And you can see them all right on here. So again, a lot of our usual suspects, some stuff that has been coming up on our list that doesn't trade very well, but they're making their appearance here. And then just two that are in the red today. And Peter, this is coming into a what should be a jam-packed earnings weekend with four of our major Max 7 reporting. So maybe it could be the calm before the storm to see what these four giant companies are going to give us.
Yeah, exactly. So, like you say, we got some big earnings coming out later this week with Meta, Microsoft, Amazon. We got like Visa and Starbucks. There's a whole bunch of things coming up. But for today, it's fairly quiet, right? Not a lot of earnings early this morning. Nothing on the economic calendar, even. So, we don't even have any economic events to let you know about. So it's it's starting slow, but don't worry, it will pick up this week for sure.
Yeah, it sure will, and that should be a whole lot of fun. All right, friends, let's dive right in. Good morning on YouTube. Good morning over in our chat. And again, glad to have you guys back this week. Let's take a look here at the first one. We'll dive probably the first three or so. Then we'll hop around and go to some of the good ones that we do want to cover. But the first one on deck is going to be Vape. So VAPE this morning. Let's take a look what we got going on here. Right. Oh, that's so ugly. Is that a correct daily? That is a correct daily. All right, so that is a correct daily. It's been pretty much. Where's my writing tool here? All the way over here. Let's bring it over here, baby. There we go. Let's get it all set. Here it is. It's been
Getting all
yeah.
set
They got
up.
like they're all set up, everything all over the place. Here's the daily. It's just dead basically, and just out of nowhere decided to wake up today. So Peter, we do got some stuff going on here in the intraday pre-market. That
Yes, we do. So,
I am
um,
something.
yeah, I'm not sure why this is gapping up. It looks like that the news this morning is that they announced a private placement, a $500 million worth of private placement here. Normally, when you get that, the stock drops, but it's a confusing announcement here. I'm trying to figure out what is it. This is Carlos, I don't know what the heck is going on. The company's ticker is Vape. The company name is CEA Industries. They're listed under the farm and heavy construction machinery sector, but the news announcement is about them of investing in treasury, a crypto treasury. So this thing is all over the place. Why is it Vape if they're farm equipment? Why is it CEA Industries? I mean, like the crypto, I don't know. Everybody's investing in crypto, but farm
Yeah.
equipment? I don't know what's going on, man. Like look, I this is confusing enough that I almost want to watch it just to see what's going to happen. But I'm normally I'd say yeah, I'm going to ignore it, but this is just so crazy. I feel like and by the way, well no, it's US based, so I thought it was based out of somewhere weird. Yeah,
It
I'm very
sounds
confused
like
by
a
this
train
whole
wreck.
thing.
Yeah, that we all just want to watch and see what is happening here. You know what I thought about, Peter? We're going down 95. I was thinking about once all these robots car take over, robot taxi, whatever, there'll be no rubbernecking.
Oh, for accidents.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
just be none of that. Like that will be a thing
Okay.
of the past.
That's a
So that's a
that's a
plus.
awesome non sequitur. Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's just flies right by. There's no reason for you to slow down at 5 miles to see what's going on in the next lane. Just keep on going at 80. So that's the
Well,
thing
I
that will go
mean,
away.
theoretically, if we have all sort of automated driving vehicles, there will be no traffic jams. Period.
You know,
Because
there's gonna be that one person, Peter, that's not gonna upgrade. You know,
that's
there's
what
gonna be a
that'll
yeah,
be the person that
that'll
caused the
be the
traffic
one.
jams. But
Yep.
if it was only automated driving cars, there's no traffic jams because it's not that there's not enough physical room for all the cars to fit in the road. That's not why we have traffic
Yeah,
jams. The
it's that
only
one guy.
reason we have them is because we're dumb. We don't know. We can't
Yeah,
like keep constant distance from each other and constant speed. So,
yeah. We
yeah.
are. I heard that humans are horrible at gauging speed, right?
Oh
They're
yeah.
really bad at gauging speed. So this is why, yeah, this will be a great thing. All right, friends, let's get back into what is at hand here. Let's look back at it again, babe. We're not watching this. This thing just looks messy. We're gonna leave it alone. I mean, I somewhat, I'm with you, Peter. I want to put it on like a D list over here just to see what happens. I think I will. Again, entertainment purposes only. Won't be on any serious trading list. Heading back to our gappers list again. Here we have a VCLC. Is that Celsius, a drink that we tried one time? Oh no, something else. No,
Yeah,
this
I think it
is
is. You know what? I still
no
never haven't bought those silly meat sticks.
the
I need that.
Slim Jim. Snap it to Slim Jim. I think it was a Macho Man that had a big
Slim Jim,
ad.
yeah.
Snap it to Slim Jim.
No,
Um,
and this is not
there's
that.
something
This
else.
is
Yeah,
Cellcuity Inc.,
yeah,
which is a biotech. All
yeah, and
right,
it
I'm
looks
feeling like we're back to
pretty.
normal on a on a Monday. We need a
Yeah,
biotech in here announcing some strange product there that they're
I mean,
developing.
just look
Thank
at this.
goodness.
What is it? $14 up to 59. I mean, it's not often you get to see a candle that goes from 17 to 60. I mean, a 5 minute. And this is, you don't see that a lot, but here it is
That's a
today. Peter,
that's a big
float on
candle.
this thing is
Yeah.
surprisingly it's 30 million, which I think is very high for the way this thing is trading. But what's going on? There's got to be something happening here. I mean, it's just wow.
Look at this. They are developing a breast cancer drug that has apparently reduced the risk of the disease progression or death by 76%. That's a good reason to have a candle that goes from 1750 to $60. I mean that good news. If they can continue, this thing's in phase 3 trials. So this is actually relatively late stage trials as well. So yeah, I mean, hey, look, excellent news. I'd love to hear cancer in any form is, can be cured, but will it create trading opportunity? Tough to say. We've got 5.5 million shares traded. Um, a lot of it was around that giant candle that you were pointing out. So it's looking a little quiet at the moment. It needs to pick up momentum again for us to get trading opportunity.
Yeah, it sure does. All right, looks messy. Let's go back to the list here. Let's look at CRVO. It's another one on deck this morning. This one also low float, sitting at 5 million shares float. And today we are traded 6.1 million shares traded so far. It has been halted. I do see a tier there, so it probably was halted for news. Since then, we have resumed the action. Here's the daily. Again, another one, Peter. Servo Med. It definitely seems like a Monday with all the pharmaceuticals today.
Well, and that's par for the course, so to speak. And we're used to a lot of these biotech sort of. I don't know why they always. I mean, I guess because there's more, 3 times the amount of time to get news on these over the weekend. But anyways, ServoMed is another very low float I see on this one. Again, positive trial data. This time it's for treating dementia. So that's once again good news for the company. Trading opportunity really tough to say. This is like a micro float, Carlos. I'm seeing. No, wait. Servomed. Where is it here? Oh no, it's not as low as I thought I saw. What the heck is wrong with me?
Yeah, no, I see
5.6
five.
million.
Yeah, 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 pretty
Yeah,
low.
I thought I saw 100,000 shares, but that's not. That was the short interest. That's my bad. Anyways.
Gotcha. Yeah, not looking great for me here. Again, just be careful with these low flow guys. If you know how to trade them, great. You know, if you got them, smoke them like they say. But this is not for me. So let's take a look at. That's right, but no, not for me. Take a look at one that made a lot of noise last week. This was AI. A like alpha, and I like I in my face here. So this one here today we're up 20%, 21 million shares traded. Hard to borrow, but it's been making a lot of noise, man. It's been cranking, and look at the volume on the daily. I mean, it has been Friday 360 something million, Thursday even higher. I mean, this thing is on fire, Peter. Today it looks like it wants to be in play again, as we're high as $6, as low as 4. But again, the volume just there.
And it's still doing it on pretty much no news. I mean, it's not. They have some minor announcements about launching their Optus system. That was last week. Blah blah blah. So I think the big news, if you remember, was the fact that they were sort of partnered with Nvidia. I mean, they're using Nvidia chips in their solution design, which I don't know that that's really news. Again, who doesn't? I mean, and pretty much everybody uses Nvidia chips, but it was a good opportunity for them to get a press release out there, and clearly it's worked because this put their stock in play. So, and we're talking about them. So it worked for them. Tradable, I am very skeptical.
Yeah, same here. I'm not sure, but it is fun to watch. I mean, we'll put it here with Vape. I know a lot of people are watching this one and talking about it, so I'll put it next to here too on my entertainment only list. Let's take a look at Trug, TRUG. This ticker, it is up 14%, 5.7 million shares traded. Hard to borrow, so no shares for sure with Interactive Brokers. Here's your intraday, as high as 11.55, back down to 6.63. Man, this is low flow. I'm showing under a million shares flow. So, again, just no. We're going to get to the good stuff eventually.
Trug is actually True Golf, and they announced the grand opening of the first True Golf Links franchise in Illinois. So this is open for business tomorrow in the Chicago area. So if you want to go, the facility is on 450 South Spruce Street in Manteno, Illinois. Anyways, uh, True Golf Premium Simulators. Golf seems to be. I watched the Happy Gilmore 2 movie yesterday. Oddly, my girls
Mm,
were talking about it this weekend when they were home, and my wife actually turned it on and decided to watch it, which surprised me. Not the type of movie she would normally pick to watch, and
yep.
and I have to say, it was one of those movies where my wife and I were watching it, and we were like, "This is really dumb, but oddly entertaining." So. I'm not sure what type of rating that is, but I'm like it was. I mean, it was a dumb movie, but I enjoyed it.
Yep.
So
I think that's good. I think that is what this movie's supposed to do.
yeah, and Steve from the Garden, if it's supposed to rain, don't worry. This is premium simulators, so I have to assume that it's indoors. Doesn't matter if it rains.
Yeah, this True Green stuff is indoor, I believe. Um, all right, let's take a look here. What else, friends? Again, how well this is going to trade, not sure. Obviously, pre-market's not looking all that hot, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. Next and last, we will skip around a little bit here, is Tron, TRON. So TRON this morning, what we got going on here? Tron is up 12%, only 620,000 shares traded. So the pre-market's got a little action, but it doesn't look great. The daily is very interesting. Oh wow, this is garbage. What is this? This is
I mean,
what?
I like the original movie. When I was a kid, I loved that movie.
Okay.
I have to admit, it didn't age well though. I didn't actually watch the original movie before, and it was. I mean, it's okay. It ages better than some, but it's not all that well. Anyways, But as a company name, this is still Tron Inc. Yeah, I don't see much. They rang the opening bell, the Nasdaq opening bell last week at one point, but yeah, I
Okay.
don't see much to recommend this thing. So we can move on.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely move on. All right, we'll stop here, Peter. I want to hop around to some stuff that we want to cover, plus some good ones. Like I see Coin is in here, so we'll look how Coin's doing today. I see Archer Aviation. Where is Joby? Oh, of course, right here. Joby and Archer moving together up this morning. So we'll dive into that. So, Peter, let's go to you. What do you see on the list that you like this morning that you'll be focusing on?
Yeah, well, there is just a lot in the green this morning, so it looks like the markets are feeling a little positive coming out of the weekend, and we are gapping up all over the place. You can almost pick any sector you want, and it looks like it's generally green. I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense. Over the weekend, there was some good news on tariffs as President Trump and his administration. It looks like they are actually signing some deals now. Um, the European Union came to a trade deal to manage the tariffs, and that's good for trade between the U.S. and the EU, and maybe it brings a little feeling of stability back into the world, which which is good. Um, but I don't see. Look, pick a sector, right? Tesla's up, the semiconductors are up, the whole Magnificent Seven is up. The only thing I see sort of a little mixed is the some of the Chinese tickers, Baidu, Billy, they're gapping down, although Baba is green at the moment. So yeah, pick whatever you want. Something's green. I don't. There wasn't really a lot of news that I was looking at over the weekend on this stuff, or at least not that I ran across. Um, so
Yeah. Yep.
sorry, I'm looking at comments on movies. Today's like saying movies don't age well, but some movies do age well, right? Yeah, almost every movie is made for, it's made for a moment in
Made
time,
for
as you
yeah,
I
it's made
agree
for
with
its
that.
time. It's only a
But then
hand, no, not a
some you
handful,
can
but there's
watch
some that you
for
could watch. Yeah,
you can watch for
whenever.
decades, and you can watch over long periods of time, and they're still
Yeah,
good and relevant. And anyways,
like Dumb and Dumber. I see that Sunday. That one, I watched it probably like a year ago.
really, that's what you're
I
into.
was like, yeah, this is not. What is this? I remember being so much funnier back when I saw it. But yeah, it's not one that I will watch again.
humor humor is one that is very difficult to make it last. Humor and a lot of the action movies, because it's usually the special effects are the things that age out. So there, I
Yeah,
mean, look, there's some that last. I mean, I would argue, like, the original Star Wars, that lasted. It's still a decent
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Shawshank Redemption, it's a movie that's top of everyone's list, one of my favorites. It lasts. Singing in the Rain, there's a movie that lasts. But we could name 100 of them that really didn't do so well.
yeah, yeah. They're
Anyways,
they're meant for the time. Also, you lose. You know what you lose, Peter. You lose the surprise element of it, which is
hmm,
sometimes what makes it funny, right? It's like, oh
yeah.
wow, you caught me off guard with that. So you lose that when you have a comedy. So, because you know what's gonna
You mean
happen.
he was dead the whole time? Anyways,
Yeah.
name that movie. All right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know we're going off the rail, but we're going to get back on here. But I mean, it's just not like Peter, like you said, there's not a lot that's like sticking
There
out.
we
Like, oh,
go.
we have to cover this,
Thank
we
you,
have to
Steve.
cover that. So, um, but yeah, and if you look at the gap down is only one ticker, QS. So this will be quick,
Yeah.
Peter. QS is down this morning. QuantumScape,
Yeah.
has nothing to do with quantum. No computer stuff, but they picked the right name here because I'm sure it's coming up on other search engine, and I'm guarantee you someone is saying, "Oh, there's a quantum stock at $7. Let me invest in it," and have no idea this has nothing to do with computers. But go ahead, Peter. What we have going on today? They're
Well,
down 3.9,
yeah. I mean,
817,000 shares traded.
nothing to do with quantum
Quantum,
computers.
quantum, yeah, correct.
Yeah, I mean they do technology stuff, but not quantum. Anyways, yeah, I don't even know why they are gapping down, but you're right. They are gapping down when almost everything else is up. There were more things on the gap down list earlier, but they all seem to have dropped off. So why QuantumScape? I don't know. They're supposed to be having a partnership that was going to be announced, and the rumor is that maybe their partner has pulled out of that partnership, but I don't know who it was supposed to be with. Maybe it was Nvidia. No, I'm making that up. I don't know. But so anyways, that could be why it's gapping down, because the concern that that partnership that they were supposed to be announcing this week has fallen apart. But I don't have any details on it. So
Yep. Yeah. All right, friends. Just looking at all the movies and comments on here. Coming to America. Yeah, there's a bunch that are so good, friends. So a bunch are so good. Yeah, we could go through the list here. But you know what, Peter? One thing too we lost is we lost the part about being stuck. Like, now we don't have to watch whatever is playing on TV. I don't even have cable TV. I have just streaming stuff. Like before, when you was a kid, when you was younger, you know, you watch what was playing. A
yeah.
1 hour movie and a half could take you 5 hours, but that's what you had to watch. There was not like you had these selections. We had 12
Wow,
channels. We
you have
have
a
12
lot of
channels.
ads.
It was a lot of no, those Sunday movies, Peter, would take forever. It's like you start at 12 and it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Like what happened? This movie's an hour and a half. They're not long like they are now. But you were stuck watching that through the ads. There was no skipping, forwarding. It was just what it was.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
um, if Dumb and Dumber came on, yeah, we'll watch it a couple of times because that's all you had and we enjoyed it. But now we're spoiled. We got options. Peter, as far as gapping down, anything else you like that's not on this list?
Well, I mean, there's not a lot gapping down, so it's sort of hard to point anything out. I will mention that crypto prices are not exactly down, but they're not up either. They really sort of had a very boring weekend. They didn't go anywhere. We're still stuck at under 19,000, $118,900 for Bitcoin right now. And that is, pretty much where we were on Friday when we were last talking about it. The price of Ethereum, pretty much the same place, $3,879 at the moment, which is pretty much, well, it's a little higher than where we were, but we're talking like $60 higher. So really, that's not much. Look, I'm not sure. Maybe we're gonna get some fun in. I keep waiting for the big fun in crypto to happening, especially with so many companies having these treasury strategies. It's either going to start paying off well, and these companies are going to shoot up as the price of these commodities or these cryptocurrencies go higher, or the bottom is going to fall out of this thing as companies stop buying. Because I mean, it still feels like a big Ponzi scheme to me. I know, I'm being old manish, but I just think that this is ready for a fall. It feels dangerous. I'm not sure if I had a company and lots of investable cash, I'm going to be dumping it into crypto, especially when you get like companies like Google that said we are not going anywhere near it. I mean, not that
Yeah,
Google knows everything, but you got to admit they know a couple things.
yeah,
And for them to very clearly, like when they had their earnings announcement last week, they very clearly said, "Nope, we are going nowhere near crypto. It's not a good strategy. We're not going near it." So, like, anyways,
yeah.
all right.
All right, friends. There it is. I mean, we got better movie names and conversation than this Gappers list. I'll tell you that much. But let's start
I,
with
you know,
you
I
guys. You know,
I still think the same old the usuals are going to be good today. I just feel like it's going to be one
we're
of those
talking about
days where
movies or Gappers
no,
list. Because
I love
movies, I
the
believe
usual
so.
movies are always good. Go back to your
Exactly.
favorites, right? Like if I want an
Exactly.
action movie, you know what if do you have like a favorite action movie? You just want to see some good action sequences you go back to, Carlos?
Oh, you know
Combination
who
movie.
I like? Uh, Keanu Reeves in all the series of
Yeah, John Wick.
John Wick. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
enjoy those.
Yeah. I will go back to the first John Wick, I'll admit, but the first one on my list, oddly, is The Bourne, the very first Bourne. the Born
Oh man,
Ultimatum.
yes, yeah, yeah, good
Just
stuff.
the driving scene. He's driving a Mini, man, and does a car chase,
Yeah,
and just the fight sequences. And anyways, I go back. The Accountant is a recent favorite. I do like The
I
Accountant.
did
That's a
like part two.
surprise.
They did a great job, man. Part two did a great.
Haven't seen The
I'm always
Accountant.
skeptical. I'm always skeptical with the with the sequel, but they did a great job with this one.
Yeah,
They did very good. So if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it.
Casino
Yeah, it was a
Royale.
little
It's not as
slow.
much action, but Casino
Yeah,
Royale is just it's got some. Anyways, I like it was so different from some of the other Bond movies I watched. So it's there are dinner jackets, and then there are dinner
yeah.
jackets. This is the latter. Anyways, good movie. And then when he's getting tortured, got an itch. Can you?
Now,
Anyways, that was rough.
one that I just saw recently, man, and I gotta go see the second one is Mission Impossible. I'm telling you, this guy delivers every single time. This action scenes, you could tell he's slower in the running. He does all his own stunts. He's slower in the running. You could tell he's definitely struggling, but he's doing it. But the quality of the picture, man, is so good. If you haven't seen the last Mission Impossible and you like that stuff, you're gonna love this one. It's really really good. Just awesome. Mr. Vampire. You're right, Melanie. If you look at him, they put him next to all the people he did movies with, like when he did A Risky Business and all these other, early movies. And the other person's like, damn, they look 40 years older than him. It's just insane. It's like, dude, yeah, but it is what it is. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Again, not like him off that gappers list, but as Peter mentioned, we're gonna look at a lot of our usual suspects, which I think that's the play today. If you look at the SPY, we're pushing higher here. People are feeling good. Is why wait, is this right?
What all time
Yes,
highs?
SPY says six. Yeah,
Yes.
all time highs. Yes, it is
Yeah.
right. I'm not bugging. Yes, it is right. Okay, so all time highs here, and I'm sure some other ones like Nvidia and Google, Meta, Microsoft. Right, don't sleep on Microsoft. They're all hanging out just below that all time highs, which can be a little bit tougher to trade. It's not the easiest place to trade. But again, the volatility and action is going to be there. So let's take a look at some of the stuff you guys like. Starting here in our chat, let's see what's going on. Good morning, friends. Let's take a look what you guys like this morning. Still a bunch of movies. Beverly Hills Cops, yes, of course. 1 and 2 were great. Accountant, excellent. How about tickers? You guys, POTR. Thank you, POTR. Let's take a look. It's not doing much right now, but it's one to watch. It's one that you can keep an eye on. It does trade very well. It does have 945,000 shares traded, up 1.3. But this is one of my favorite tickers. I am going to add this to the list, Peter. Any thoughts on POTR? Have you traded it recently, Peter?
I haven't. I've been watching it. I do like it. I like the way it moves. It's made it to my semi-permanent list. But yeah, I mean, there's no news on it today necessarily. There's some like secondary news on it or stuff that happened this weekend. There seems to be a lot of talk about it. Now it's moving into, one of the world's most valuable companies, and people are talking about it in those terms, which I find interesting because from a market cap perspective, it's certainly not. It's not one of the biggest. It is one of the top 20, though, I think. Um, which is surprising for a company the size it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got a $370 billion market cap and only 3 billion in revenue. And hey, don't get me wrong, 3 billion in revenue is good, but to suggest then that you're anyway, it's got 100 times that in market cap. That's pretty impressive. Especially when I always go back to things like General Motors, right? General Motors is the company with 187 billion in annual revenue, $50 billion in market cap. A radically different world, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't pay to make things nowadays, except Nvidia. Nvidia is the only company I can think of that makes things that actually,
Yeah.
that actually
The
seems to
margins,
do.
the margins are just ridiculous, and now that it is an AI world, I mean,
Mm.
they're in the right place at the right time. They should be sending Sega like edibles arrangements every single week to all their employees. Sega saved their business, and now they went bankrupt. I mean, they should be so thankful. But yeah, it's awesome. All
What
right, let's
happened
see what
to?
else.
I was thinking about.
Yeah,
You mentioned last week, so I was thinking what was moving last week. What's the ticker for Coles? I can't remember because it sort of
KSS,
muted itself one day, didn't it?
KSS. Coast.
KSS. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was this one and
Did a flash in
open.
the pan? What happened? Look at it. It had one day of glory and
Yeah,
then back to nothingness, eh?
yeah.
Hmm. All right.
Off higher than where they were before. That's a plus for them, right? They're
Yeah.
singing at 12 instead of 9, 10. So hopefully they can hang on to that. And the other one was Open. If you guys remember, Open was also very active
Yes.
and continues to be active. Say 21 million shares traded
Yeah,
so far
open.
this
Well, open
morning.
was getting
Wow.
ridiculous volume. This is the one that got like a trillion shares or something crazy like that, right? Like,
1.9 billion.
yeah, 1.9 billion. Yeah, like it was just. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's the highest volume ever traded on a stock.
I
Maybe,
never
maybe
seen a
not.
B. I've never seen a B down here, Peter. I have
Yeah,
not seen a B
exactly.
down here ever. At least I
And it
haven't noticed
almost
it.
did 2 billion. Like
Yeah, it's very, very close. Yeah.
that's crazy. Anyways, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's done anything the last couple of days. So
Yeah. Was this
yeah,
a
it's
day that Andrew think crushed it on this day? His volume is probably amounts for this much here. Shares traded. This is Andrew, right? The
That's
rest is all
Andrew's
these other
volume.
people. I don't know, but this is Andrew. This is his number of shares. He accounts for this right there. So, but yeah, it was insane. Andrew
Yeah.
says much less. All right. All right, guys, let's see what else. What else you guys like this morning? So, Coles, again, not in play today. Apple, let's take a look. All the Max 7s, as I mentioned before, they're all just hanging out there, not really gapping up too much or down. I think we just got to wait for the market open to see what it's going to give us. You look at Google, same thing. Out of all of them, I will be looking at Nvidia. Again, we got a big week coming up. You can head over to tradingterminals.com and see the calendar for this week. There's a lot happening Thursday and Wednesday and Thursday, I believe. Yes, Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to be live for those live earnings. So make sure to tune in for that as well. I'm going to add Nvidia to the list. It's one of our usual suspects. Peter, anything controversial happening out of Tesla camp? Anything going on there? Any tweets? Anything there?
Not that I really heard this weekend. I think they were pretty quiet, which to me makes sense. I think they want to sort of after licking their wounds a little bit after earnings, and it makes sense to quiet down. Let's let the fans take over, right, and manage the stock for a bit. They did have a couple of deals that were announced. Tesla had a $16.5 billion deal with Samsung. So that's good. But deals have never been one that moves Tesla. Unlike a lot of other companies, when they have deals with companies, sometimes it moves them. Despite this is a pretty big deal, right? A multi-year $16.5 billion deal with Samsung for AI chips. I don't know that that's going to. I don't know that's going to
Yeah.
move things. I mean, I could be wrong, but I
It's
just don't.
well, it'll move Samsung maybe. What was Samsung's on? I mean, I think that they're the big winner here, right?
They're dual
What's their
traded,
ticker?
and they never trade well. I don't.
Yeah, they don't trade that hot. And then
What's
instead of TS, all right, so they're using Samsung instead of TSMC. What's the ticker for TSMC? I don't even know that one. So they should be slightly down a little bit. Um, yeah.
I don't
So
know.
what's
I
it?
don't what
I don't
they're
know what it
trading
is. Yeah. So again, Samsung doesn't trade well anyway, so it's not a big deal. But yeah. What else? Let's take a look here. TSM, yeah, they're down a little bit on the news here, but again, they're a big company, so I don't know if that's going to hurt them that much, but they're down a little bit here. Um, all right, let's take a look. What else, friends? So TSM is in play this morning. Apple, MSTR is moving. This is the crypto that can be very wild at times, up 2.5 right now. Again, I find this stock very difficult to trade. If I'm going to trade something crypto related, I'm going to look at some other ones like Mara. I know Coins does more than crypto stuff, but they've been trading pretty hot lately. Have come down over the last week, but before that, they were on fire. If you look here on this daily, so don't see anything much happening today. I think it's really one of these days, Peters, where we're just looking at the scanners and kind of waiting for the market open to see where the volume is going to be at. I do see
Yep.
AMD is up 2% with 1.4 million. I think that's worth adding on the list as well. So I am going to put AMD on my secondary. And SMCI, let's take a look here what you guys have here. SMCI, you know what? I saw SMCI. I know they were hot on Friday, but they've been tough to trade, man. I have not had any good opportunities on it. So I'm not a big fan of putting them on the list lately. I know today they look great. Today they're up 2.1, 843,000 shares traded. They continue to have a move higher, although their daily's not great. Their volume is okay. Friday maybe could change things, right? Good day Friday, maybe that can continue today. We in the past about 3 weeks ago, not right, probably more than that because time is flying. Probably about 2 months ago, we had them on the list quite a bit. They did very well even before that. So I'm not sure. We'll put them on the secondary just to see if anything comes out of that. Let's look at one more, and then we'll head over to our webinars to see what's happening on this beautiful Monday as we kick off this week. Again, big earning week, guys. Looking forward to it with some heavy hitters coming in Wednesday and Thursday. Let's look at one more here from MG, and she's number 2 on the list today. So off our friends page, Aunt G is sitting here at number 2. So let's take a look at her ticker. She is giving us, or I don't know if that's a she or he, I'm not sure, but they are giving us CRWV. CRWV, and this is, yeah, it's not really in play. They've been dropping off from the highs here, right? And we had them last week. I think they had some high prices here, but I'm sorry about volatility. For the most part, I'm not seeing anything great though. They just seem to be trending lower, and I don't see any real volume at the moment. All right, Peter, let's stop here. Let's head over to our website, barebootraders.com. And if you head on here, you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks by going over to webinars. So you click on webinars, you see what's happening for today, plus the rest of the stuff that we have coming up.
Yeah. So look, first, there are a couple of community announcements that I want to make. So first, I want to give a shout out to Francis from our community, who over the weekend sent Carlos and I a great note about his enjoyment for watching the morning show. Francis is also getting his 12-year-old son involved in trading as they trade over there in Germany. So Francis, we really appreciate when we get those types of notes, and it lets us know that there's value in what we do, and you enjoy being here with us every morning. So thank you so much for that. Also want to announce that we're doing a meetup. So there's sort of an impromptu meetup going to be happening in California. Mike is going to be leading that, and he's going to be meeting up with anybody who happens to be in the LA area. So if you're in Los Angeles tomorrow and want to meet with Mike and some fellow traders and just have some food and a good conversation, 3 o'clock Pacific time at Eureka Restaurant. I've got my screen share going on there, Carlos, but Eureka Restaurant is out there in, where is he going? I don't know which one of these it is actually, but it's this one on Crenshaw Boulevard in Hawthorne, California. So where they're going to meet, 3 o'clock at Eureka Restaurant at 12101 Crenshaw Boulevard, right next to SpaceX, apparently. So that makes sense. Mike's son works there.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be at.
Is that it?
Is that like Crenshaw? Is that a movie, or is that like got some rappers from there? Where had Crenshaw before?
Oh yeah, there's definitely some rappers from Crenshaw. It sounds like.
Okay, who? Ice-T. I need some names. Who knows the area? I gotta
know. But I don't think this is the same Crenshaw. It's just the name of the street.
Oh, okay.
Crenshaw is an area.
It's not Boys the area, it's the name of the street.
Yeah, that would be a whole
Boys
different...
in the Hood. Yeah.
Anyways,
that's the whole,
could be.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's why it's familiar to all of us. Anyways, but it's 3 o'clock tomorrow. If you're interested and you're in the LA area or willing to travel to it, Mike would love to welcome you to that meetup. So just wanted to make sure everybody knew about that. So if you have questions, you can ask Mike. He's in the chat. I see him typing away there. So yeah, it'd be great for him to get a couple of people. Just an opportunistic one, but we love meeting with people in person. So yeah, thanks Mike for coordinating that. Again, 3 o'clock tomorrow in Crenshaw, California. All right.
I love General Lee's comment here. He's saying, "Oh, that's rush hour. California, there's always rush hour." I mean, I never seen a place. You think New York is bad where I live. LA is just brutal. I remember leaving the warehouse 5 a.m. for like a 10 o'clock flight in LA, where we're down in Ontario. And my boss is like, I was a young rookie at that time, like my first outgoing trip. And he's like, yeah, we got to leave at 5. I'm like, our flight's at 10. What are you talking about? You'd be surprised. It's a 6-lane highway, but there's traffic at 5 a.m. And just like that, 5 a.m. going into LA, there's traffic. Why? How is that a thing? But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's insane.
All right. Well, this is not meant to be an ad for Eureka restaurants, but like their website says, eat, drink, be social. Go join. Anyways, all right, there you
Looks
go.
good.
Okay, so here in the back into the community at home base, we have things. It is Monday, which means we have a good number of activities for you. Starting with the book map session that we got with Nathan, that happens at noon in the webinar room for all of our elite members that want to join. He's going to help you understand how to use Bookmap or just talk stocks. Join. It's always a great session and it's very educational. And then we have our onboarding class, which happens every Monday evening. It's a great opportunity for anybody who's new or just wants a refresher on what you can get out of your membership with BBT, or just, hey, look, I'm struggling getting started, or I want to start over. Right? How do I coordinate and orient myself? Carlos can help you with that. He's been through it. He's mentored hundreds of people, so there's definitely an opportunity for some great learning tonight, 8 o'clock. That's in the onboarding room for everyone, all classes of membership. So no matter what membership level you've got, you could join Carlos this evening. If you want to join us and be one of those members, all you have to do is go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down to the bottom of that page, and you can see the different offers and different membership levels that you can take advantage of, from the intro through to lead annual. Even at the intro level, you could join in that onboarding class tonight. So don't delay, do it now, and you could join them there, and you could spend the rest of the day in the chat room with us. So that would also be awesome. All right, so hopefully you will check that out. By the way, if you're out there on YouTube, give us a big old thumbs up. We love that. It helps the growth of the channel and lets us know that you love us, because we need the love. All right, let's set some levels. Carlos, moderators, get your lists in. I need to know what you're watching so I can let everybody know, and let's get ready for this trading day.
Yep, absolutely, friends. All right, let's get to it. My list again, not a big one. I have POTR, Nvidia, and Tesla, and we'll do levels for those, and I'm sure we'll find some other ones when we get some ideas also from our team. Our teams, a few of them got their list together here, so we'll see what they're watching. I see Lenny got his list and Thor, so we'll see what else we can pick off from that. I see a lot of people mentioning Nike. I'm gonna look at Nike. I see Lenny also has Nike. A couple of you guys threw out Nike today in the chat, and I see why. We're sitting here up 3%, 620,000. I'm not sure what's driving that today, but their daily looks like it's getting a little bit of action. Not the easiest stock to trade, even when they get earnings. They're tough. I'm not saying it's earnings today, but even when they have earnings and they get extra volume, they're not the easiest thing to trade. So I'm gonna put it on the secondary because a lot of you guys are watching and want to see what's going on there as well. All right, let's start here with POTR. One of my favorite tickers to look at. Can be so explosive, and it has been, especially in the last couple of days. You can see it here off the daily. Let's start with some levels. So towards the top, high of the pre-market sitting at 161.39. Right over here, so 161.39, so we'll slam that there. Towards the bottom, low of the pre-market, we are sitting at 160.12, so just a little bit lower right over here. And then once you do that, guys, towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days. Previous day close, doing an amazing job down there. I don't think you need to add any more. Above the pre-market high, no, this is all-time highs. There's nothing above this, so this is your all-time highs here. Nothing else to look at. And you're going to see a lot of our tickers doing just that, sitting right at all-time highs. Let's go to the next one, which is Nvidia. Also hanging out, just hovering right below all-time highs as well. High of the pre-market this morning, 174.98. So we'll put a level there. And then towards the bottom, we're going to look at 174.19. So right over here when the market opened up right there. So once you do that, guys, towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last two trading days, and you don't have anything else up here. This is your most recent high, all-time highs. We dipped lower below. We came back, and Friday we hit another all-time high again. So again, not much to see above these levels. Next one on here is Tesla. Very far from all-time highs here. But here is Tesla. Let's take a look at what we got going on. This morning, these guys are up 1%. They had a good day on Friday. They recovered nicely. John is telling me it's going to 350. Sell everything and buy all Tesla stocks and sell at 350. I don't know if I'm going to follow his advice, but he did text me that all of us that yesterday. I'm like, I don't know, John. But yeah.
John, that was John. He was pretty bullish this weekend, wasn't he?
He was, but then again, he's holding from like 400 before
Mm.
all the splits, right? So he's doing
Right.
good, right? He's doing good. All right, here, low of the pre-market 318, 944, and then high of the pre-market 322.65. So there it is. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, previous day close. And then above this here, we got a nice level here. I'm going to mark down this 329-ish area. Got a couple of days slamming into that, so definitely want to have that on deck. You can even see it go back some more here back in June. This is June, July. Yep, June, right here. All of June, we did, just kept bumping our head against this area here. So that's a level you want to have. And also, just in case, 336. And we'll see if John is right and we can get a push up here by the end of the week. All right, that's it for me. Peter, let's see what our team is watching today.
All right, our team is going to be watching quite a number of the things we talked about and maybe some new ones. Lenny, we'll start with him. He's going to be watching Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, PLTR, Nike, and SMCI. Thor is going to be watching PLTR and Tesla. Mike is just keeping an eye on the scanners. Phil is going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, MSTR, and Tesla. Andrew in early with his list. You're gonna be watching AMD, SMCI, Nike, Tesla. Why is everybody watching Nike? Did we miss something on that, Carlos? What's going
I
on here?
think we might have. I'm going to look it up right now.
All right. Yeah, me too here. And JP Morgan gave them an upgrade. It looks like they increased their guidance. So that's good. Nike, though, doesn't, I don't know. Even when it has earnings and it has big news, it doesn't typically trade all that well. So I would say buyer beware in that one. Anyways, but if you're going to watch it, fine. Andrew's watching it, so maybe it's got to be good. And LIDAR, LIDR, which is jumping up here, 24 million shares traded. It is absolutely in play. So last but not least on Andrew's list is Open. Jared's going to be watching PLTR and Hood. I also have LiDAR on my list. I'll keep an eye on this CELC, see if they cure cancer and the thing keeps going. Apple, AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, and PLTR. Brendan is in with his list watching AMD, Tesla, PLTR, and Nvidia. And Megan going strong watching Tesla and PLTR. As always, Carlos has his list. He already set some levels. Guys, we've got, we're doing okay. We got about 10 and a half minutes here before the market open. Time to rest and relax. A couple of you have been asking for more time with Andrew and Brian in the morning before the opening bells. So let's see if we can get them on here a little bit early and give you that extra time. I'm not sure what you're going to
Yeah.
do with it, but hey, if they're willing, we're willing. We're
Oh
here
yeah,
anyways.
absolutely. We will make it happen. All right, we are all set, friends. Once they come on, we'll switch over to you, and yeah, there it is. Andrew is sharing his screen. Brian should be on shortly. Excellent, friends. We'll switch over to Andrew, and we'll let you guys get going. So take care. All right.
All
Perfect.
right,
Just switch
friends
it.
in YouTube. I'm going
All right.
to get ready here, switch my platform
Yeah,
over
we
to
got a
my
little bit of.
trading
Oh, let me
view.
mute Andrew on my ear here. Okay, Andrew's muted, and Peter? Is this a coincidence or are they listening to us?
Uh,
Look at my.
who?
I opened up a browser, right?
Mhm.
I opened up a browser, and look who's on here.
Wait,
Who do we talk about? Who do we talk about this morning?
we talked about everybody, but wait, I can't even see. What are we?
Oh no, you got to see what I have
Well,
up on the
here.
screen.
Thailand and Cambodia. I was reading about that. There's issues in
Uh,
Thailand and Cambodia. Maybe we don't want to
yep,
go there. Peacemaker? No. What?
this
Ice
guy right
Cube?
here.
Ice
Remember,
Cube?
I
Is
mentioned
it
I
because of
mentioned
Boys in the
Ice.
Hood?
No, we're talking about Boys in the Hood, Ice Cube, and we mentioned Crenshaw. And I said, is Ice Cube from there?
Oh, I
And
see. There you go. And there
good
he is.
morning, Carlos. Here's Ice Cube for you.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
how
Well,
random
there you
is
go.
this? Yeah, there you go. They're listening.
It's always
They're, de-
listening. They're
they're
always
definitely
listening.
listening. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Is he's from Compton? Okay, I did not know that.
Well,
Probably
Ice
did.
Cube, the actual person, but was the character he played maybe from Crenshaw? Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, let's Carlos,
Spreadsheet.
I don't know what today's gonna bring. I think it's gonna start slow and then pick up a little bit later, but I could be
Same.
wrong. Maybe it'll be gangbusters off the get-go. We'll see.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
was
but we'll
checking
have to
some of
check
the
it out.
stuff, by the way, that was moving last week, and man, it's like stuff that like flash in the pan, eh? Sometimes it's just a day or two and then completely dead. So
Clearly, yeah, no continuation. And I said, had its day in the sun and it's done. So
stay.
Open was one of them, right? Or well, Coles is clearly one of them.
Yeah,
If you look at Coles, you know that did its thing and
yeah.
just back down to zero.
I mean,
So no
that's why
trend
I'm
there.
impressed that this LiDAR is continuing to move, or sorry, AI, the LIDR is the ticker on that.
Yeah.
And, like, well, hey, what were you talking about this morning? What was the vape? I mean, I will put 20 bucks on the table right now that we will not hear about this ever again. It's today and done, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it still confuses me. I don't understand what's going on here with this vape company. Look at this, it's up to 57 bucks again.
Back up.
Anyways,
Oh,
this thing could, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. This one,
that's
I don't know. It's just the range on it is so massive. It's a 500%. It's
I
just,
don't know. I don't know how you trade this, friends. I mean, this is crazy.
yeah. Let me get my headphones here. And Andrew and Brian are talking about something.
Uh, yeah, yep, yep.
I had to, I had to charge my headphones over the weekend. I'm impressed by these things. I gotta admit, I use them here every morning, Carlos, and it's only like every couple of weeks that I have to charge them.
Which ones do you have? The
I don't, they're like Soundcore is the brand.
Yeah, yep. Never heard of them, but I gotta tell you, man, you don't need to get $500 headphones. I
No,
went to the I went
these
to the
are
Apple store
my
and
wife is, yeah.
yeah, I go to the Apple store and I'm just looking around because I'm probably gonna get a tablet for my daughter's turning 12. Probably gonna get her a tablet this year. I think she deserves it. Doing well with her grades, so she deserves it. Um, but man, so we're looking at the headphones, which by the way they're super heavy. They're so heavy. I don't know
Right.
why you want that thing. These are Bose and they're super light. These are so heavy. They sound great. Don't get me wrong, but do they sound $500 great? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. So, but it's
Yeah.
Apple. You know, that's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, like I got these yeah, these are Soundcore Q20i. I see them here on Amazon for 50 bucks. Anyways, they're
Mr.
great.
Dave, I heard of Anchor before, and Soundcore is Samsung. I won't be surprised. I mean, we did that in our business, right? We had a non business that was not known in the U.S. and Samsung was making our LCDs, our screens. So it looks just as great for half the price because we didn't have the brand to go behind it, right? So that happens. That's why when you buy these brands that nobody knows and they sound great because they probably got the same stuff inside, just not the label to slap the sticker price on, right? So
This vape
100%.
thing is moving dollars at a time.
Yeah, it's just
All
insane,
right.
man. It's up 482%.
Yep. Well, it
That
was up
that that
500
says it all.
it was up 540% just 2 minutes ago when I was talking about it. So, like this thing is, it's just crazy. I mean, you got to remember this stock, it was under $10 just yesterday or Friday.
Yeah.
So,
And
closed it.
the low today, just today, Peter, at $12.
Yeah.
1288 was what opened up early
And
this morning at
hey, and what
4
is,
a.m.
and look at see, what does your high say for today?
I'm looking at
Oh, yeah.
172, 93.
172. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right here, basically, if you for some reason own shares here, you woke up this morning around 4:30, you could have been probably a millionaire,
Yeah.
probably a millionaire,
Yeah,
depending how much you
I would be
had.
selling. I'd be selling a whole
Oh,
bunch of them if I had shares and I woke up at that
so
time. Like
fast.
I
Oh,
don't care how high you think it's gonna go. Come on, man.
yeah.
If you bought this thing under 10 bucks and you wake up and it's 17 times the price, you,
So
yeah, you got to take like a good
you
portion
know
of it
that,
off. Like,
yeah,
don't be foolish.
unfortunately, There's
Anyways.
some greedy person here that said, "Oh, we're gonna keep going to 300," and didn't
To the
sell. I
moon.
guarantee you. And they're
Oh
here
yeah.
sitting, just banging their head on the desk right now. You know,
Yeah.
there's always
Anyways,
one.
there's always one.
There's always one.
All right. So what am I gonna watch this morning? I don't know what to watch at the open. I don't like trading these biotechs at the open because you just never know what they're gonna do. They don't follow the patterns that I like to watch. LiDAR is a little confusing for the open, the LIDR. Vape is, I don't know what it's entertaining to watch, but it's a popcorn stock as we like to call it, right? You just watch. Don't get involved. That's usually how you lose money. Unless you're good at it. I mean, there are some people that are really good at it, or don't mind. They have money to burn. They're like, you know what? I'll throw a couple $100 at the wall and just prepared to lose it all, like all of it. And if that's you, then fine. But see where things go.
We are set to go, friends. I think we're expecting like another heat wave coming in today. Um,
It is brutally hot
it
here,
is,
Carlos. It is
yeah,
going to
it's crazy,
be
man.
uh
Yeah, it's intense. And I'm running two computers, the light, I mean the screens. It has a hard, my AC has a hard time keeping it cool here. It really does. It's 72 right now, but I got my AC blasting already just to keep up. Because in about an hour it's gonna be so hot outside.
yeah.
All right, friends, just waiting for the market open. As usual, I wait. For those that are new, thank you for joining us today. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. We're sitting at, oh, no, that can't be right. 11. Hold on, I gotta refresh. For some reason, I gotta refresh. It doesn't update the number. There it is, 195. Awesome. But we got 1,047 people watching, so we'd love to be a little bit higher. Our goal is usually 400, 500. Once we're above 400, we're very happy with that. That's almost 50%. That's awesome. So thank you for those that have supported already, but if you haven't done so, we really appreciate it. All right, a minute. Wait, where's the alarm, Peter? A
It
minute to the
just
market
went.
open. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
it
it.
just went.
Okay,
Just rang.
sweet. So a minute
Uh
to the market open.
yeah. Things seem to be dropping here into the open. I'm not sure if that's going to continue once the bell rings. We'll find out, but I am watching Nvidia and Tesla. Tesla had that news with Samsung that we talked about. Nvidia, I think Nvidia, if we can get a pop up on Nvidia, maybe then we'll get a sell off here into the open. I'm not sure. It's still riding at these all-time highs. Oh, where's my clock? Disappearing clock has disappeared.
Disappearing clock.
I call it
Um,
that because it's supposed to always be on top, and then it falls behind regularly.
yeah.
I never figure out why. Anyways, okay. Here we
All right,
go,
here it
guys.
is. Ding,
Ding
ding, ding,
ding.
ding. Let's go, Nvidia.
Yeah.
Doing some stuff. PLTR. I'm gonna move SMCI to my main list. Let's see what happens. Oh, wrong ticker. SMCI. Here we go. All right, friends. Waiting for 3 minutes. Before taking any trades, right? So I don't know, no trades within the 3 minutes of the market open. Peter will be looking for a quick short here on a ticker that might be showing some weakness, and we'll see where it goes. Nvidia looks interesting. Look at the pop on Nvidia right now.
Yeah, no. That's no good.
Yeah, yeah. Look
It's
at
no
the
good for me,
pop.
anyways.
Yeah. Well, if it starts selling here, that's usually when you go short, right? Kind of that uh pricing double type play.
Yeah.
Here's
Looks like
some
I went
weakness.
short. I went short a little too early. I
Oh, you
did try and
did?
go
Okay.
short on
Yep.
Nvidia, and it looks like I'm going to get punished for it.
Yep.
So, wow, look at Nvidia. Yeah, it's I didn't wait for it to
Yeah.
oh, see, and
It's
Andrew's gone long Nvidia, so he's playing it the right way. I'm getting
yeah.
stuck up here. So,
Usually here's where you will be going short though. Yeah, you did go early because usually around this area when you start seeing the weaknesses when you jump in. But let's see.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna pop up a little bit to the view app and
Mm.
then go short, and so I went short, and it's punished me. So
Oh no, this is looking.
here we go. Okay, so I just
This is
took a
looking good.
partial. I took a partial on
Oh,
Nvidia with that big drop. Gonna take a little
nice.
more off here. Now I'm moving my stop to break even. I don't want to get stuck on this thing. The
Yeah.
fact that I got green, okay, and it just took me
Uh,
out of break even. I don't want to get stuck on this because it
no,
just
that's a
popped
good.
too
That's the way to do
aggressively.
it. Yeah, because your entry was
It,
not
it,
great,
it
so you don't want to get
oh
cocky
my
or
God.
overconfident. Yeah, that's
No.
good.
And I went, where's my trade? I can show you guys. It was just one of these trades. I sort of got myself stuck a little bit. So, but I only went with small size. So I was actually adding
Yeah,
on the way up, but never about
yeah,
never exceeded my risk. And then as soon as I got break even, I'm like, I'm just getting out of this thing. So
yeah. Good move
messy
getting out,
trade,
man.
not a great trade, but at least it didn't cost me anything.
Yep.
Ooh, crazy. What a way to start. What an adrenaline rush. All right, so Tesla. Oh, Tesla did drop previous day close. All right, what else we got?
All right.
Find anything yet? We're 3 minutes in, Carlos.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anything that I love at the moment. Nvidia. We'll see how this 5 minute candle ends up being. But right now, nothing that I love.
Glad I
Andrew.
glad I made that decision to get out of Nvidia because I was
Yes,
definitely wrong on the direction. So I got lucky to be able to get out, make a couple of
that was
bucks.
good, man. Because sometimes you get the opportunity, you're like, oh, it's gonna keep going, then you end up being from going from, hey, I could have got out
Yeah.
at break even,
Yep.
and now they're lost. So yeah, it's a good decision.
Yeah. I've learned that the hard way many a time. So I just not afraid to just get
Yep.
out when I realize I'm not right. Stop hope, right? Hope is not a strategy. If I'm just hoping
Sure.
it's
Right.
going to go in my favor, then I realize I'm just, you've broken your strategy.
Yeah.
You're literally just hoping.
I like Tesla here. Let's see. I like Tesla. I
Oh,
don't know for
okay.
what I like, but I'm gonna see. Uh,
don't,
don't know
don't know
yet,
what
but
I
I
like
like
it
it.
for. Okay.
I like the way this 5 minute candle is forming. The possibly breakdown of the previous day close here. If we see some weakness, so let's see how
Wow.
this 5 minute candle closes, and if we can break the
Andrews.
previous day close.
There you go. Andrew's long on Nvidia and he's hanging in here hoping that it's going to go higher. I don't know. I'm not sure what Nvidia is going to do. So he could be right, but it feels like a high risk trade at this point. This thing, you know, AMD is moving up. Look at that. Uh,
Yeah, Nvidia. Not sure what he's trying to do
oh,
here.
Andrew's also trading SMCI. Interesting.
Nice. All right, so here's 5 minute on Tesla. Let's take a look. If we see some weakness, I definitely want to go in short for the break of the previous day close plus the 5 minute ORB breakdown here. So let's see. Want to see some weakness off this pullback? Yeah, it's I
Well,
can't tell right
Tesla
now.
seems to be holding here a little.
Yeah, I can't tell what it wants to
I
do.
tough. Yeah, it's tough to tell. Same thing. Like I can't
Yeah.
tell Tesla or Nvidia at this point. I don't know which way either one of these wants to go, but they're not alone. I mean, look at Apple. Apple's also a little choppy here so far this morning.
I'm really hoping we're not gonna
And
have this choppiness until Wednesday and Thursday. Right, lies being determined Wednesday and Thursday when the big guys
hmm
report. We don't need this though. We need action, baby. We need movement. We need
need action,
continuation.
baby.
Wow, look at lidar, II, whatever AI and whatever this thing is, up at six
Yeah,
bucks. Oof,
yeah.
good stuff. And vape is, oh man, look at that.
PLTR
Halt it.
and PLTR Carlos is went red. It
Yeah.
came back up and to VWAP here, but I don't know.
Yeah. Isn't August usually a red month? I think there's lighter volume in summer months. Absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna be gone away for 2 weeks vacation. I'm going down to the shore, then heading down to Florida, and I know a lot of people are doing the same thing. And I probably won't be trading because I want to focus on the kids and not be stuck in a screen. So, so it's lighter volume, but you know, I think it's a little bit of summer trading, but you still got news that breaks out. Like now, right now, it's a trade situation, right? That's been active, so that's creating a lot of the buzz you're seeing now. So there's always something. We got earnings season that we're going through now. Now, I don't know necessarily mean it's a red month. I don't think that's the case. I think you can still, you know, make a decent buck. Maybe you can make as much as you did in July, or for me, June. June was, goodness, everything just was even. Whatever you took was just worked. It was like one and done quite often. July was rough. July was a very tough month. So let's finish this out strong and move on to August. Um, let's see. What do we have here? I don't see anything that I love, Peter. You? Glad that it's short Tesla.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla as to whether it's a good short here. I want to short it, but I just don't trust it, to be honest. So, hmm.
Ali, so you mean the market overall? You know what? We'll have to check. We could run some reports on that. So Ali's saying the market overall in August is reds. Could be. Not sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I used to have a chart on that. And yes, I think overall, uh,
I like Tesla's
let's
short,
see.
man. I like Tesla's short.
Yeah, I should have gone short a dollar ago.
Yeah, me too. But
Uh,
it's not the best entry. Still good for a 5 minute RB, but I'm sure Tesla. I'll have to give it, a dollar and a half. Unfortunately, 318.50. Uh, definitely don't want to do that, but that's the right stop. But I was very hesitant. I should have went in like just like you, Peter, a dollar before. We could have been taking a partial now. So see, could break down this previous day close would be awesome. So let's see.
so here we go. So here's uh here's an image, Carlos.
Yeah, you
Here's
got
the
something up.
yeah. Here's the
Okay.
S&P returns by month. So September is actually the worst performing month if you go over the last, well, almost 100 years, 95 years here, 1928 to 2023. So it looks like August is okay. But again, the, people love these stats, and that's good if you're a buy and hold investor. If you're a trader, though, it doesn't really matter, right? What matters is the volatility within the month. So how much trading opportunity are we going to get, right? To make some money. So, you could have this month of May where it's the smallest movement, -0.1, but if you get lots of swing within that, right, then that could be a great month to trade.
Yeah,
Actually, this
true.
this May was a great month to trade.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How about volume? I think volume is it's important too, right? Because we look for that volatility.
Hmm.
I think volume kind of can
Yeah.
help with that. That means more stuff in play, more participants in the
Let's see.
market. Um, got Peter crunching some numbers. What are you using to get that, Peter? Is this your searcher or
Yeah.
your just Chat GPT in it?
Just
What's
no, I didn't AI it. I just was searching for, websites that
Mm-hmm.
had this information. So
Okay, cool.
let's see. What
AMD
else we
long
got?
Milton Gonzalez. Let's take a look at AMD. I do have it on my list. Yeah, AMD's was strong today. Beautiful 5 minute RB. Got like a mini ABCD pattern there as well. Nvidia below the VWAP, PLTR below the VWAP. Hopefully, I'm in a good situation here. SPY is selling down a little bit. That can definitely help with our Tesla move here. So, looking to break down the previous day close, although it's acting as support over the last couple of minutes here. I'm hoping that we can stay below the VWAP and keep pushing lower here. So let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Friends, 288 likes so far. If you haven't had the opportunity to hit that thumbs up, really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. So thank you for that. Come on, Tesla, what are you doing? 318.50 is my stop. And looks like we are going to get stopped out. CRCL short. I'll take a look at that. Circle of Internet. Remember, we probably would never forget that company name. Very interesting.
Well, Anders chasing AMD as it's moving higher here. Good move up on AMD. It's one of the few things that had some direction.
Yeah, it's running. Vape is back up at 53, up 501. Now it's halted the other way. Literally halted down, now halted the other way. How do you trade this? How do you trade that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really, but
it's that's crazy.
How do you trade that?
That's crazy. I'm glad, Carlos, we stayed out of Tesla because it's a tough trade here. It really.
I'm in Tesla.
Oh, you are?
I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
Sorry.
I mean,
I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not. I'm glad for you that you're not. Yes, 100%. Because it's definitely not a easy trade. You know, and I think it's just, if I look at the 5-minute on Tesla, look at the 5-minute on the Qs. I mean, it's just following. Sorry, the SPY. So I'm hoping the SPY breaks down below the VWAP and below the period stays closed, and Tesla can follow. So my stop on Tesla 318.50. We might not survive this. It's looking like it wants to bounce off the previous day close. But I am gonna hold to my stop on this. So I'm not gonna get out early. I'll hold to my 318.50, and let's see what it does. See what it does. All right, I don't see anything else. For me, the bias remains still bullish. What are you bullish on, Juan? Just overall market, specific ticker? What are you bullish on? Tesla's gonna stop me out. 318. Yeah, I'm out of Tesla.
There it goes. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's out of Tesla. Out, unfortunately, man. Sucks. Nike's good.
Sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. What else? I don't see anything else. Tesla was the best thing I saw here. SMCI, choppy, AMD's great, but I missed it. SMCI, no. Nike. You mentioned Nike. Yeah, Nike's actually Nike was a great short. Like if you look at the 5-minute, you know, you don't expect clean moves like this from Nike. Light volume, not the easiest stock to get in on. But if you look at this, period, that's like, man, that's what I would look for, right? 5-minute RB. Here's the pullback. You jump in short, and then you kind of ride it down. That's what I try to do with Tesla here as well. Same thing. You got the pullback. I'm not mad at this trade, right? You got the pullback. We did get in late. Me and Peter should have gotten much earlier. I mean, I should have gotten in much earlier when Peter wanted to. We got in late, but it's the same setup I do. Again, worked on Nike, didn't work on Tesla. Every time I see that setup, though, I will take it. And sometimes it will, sometimes it won't work. So it's part of the game. PLTR reclaiming. I don't know if this is reclaiming the VWAP. I don't know if that's reclaiming the VWAP. To me, this is just, we're just dancing with the VWAP right now. This is not reclaiming to me. Reclaiming will be like here, like we come up to it, you know, we bounce off of it. Yes, okay, that's reclaiming. But here, it can really go any direction, right? So now you're seeing a little bit of a push up, but it looked like that here, right, as well, and it didn't go. So it's a tough one. It's a tough read. Don't beat yourself up trying to read what's happening here, because this is just choppiness right now, you know. So unless you got some other signal showing that's going to be long, maybe higher highs, higher lows. We break out of this this box here. But for me, it's not a strategy, right? So even though if it goes to 170 from here, it's not a strategy I could jump in on.
All right. Well, Keep an eye on things. Looks like Vape reopened and halted again.
Nice. Uh, what do we have, friends? What do we have? GTR's got the volume. We're trying to push here.
Tesla, Nvidia.
Roku earnings in 3 days. Melanie.
Andrew's Andrew's timing is off today. It looks like he's struggling this morning.
It's a tough morning, man, and I already see it. I'm gonna have to cool the jets until Wednesday, Thursday. I already see this. Nvidia looks good. Yeah, Nvidia does look good. High day breakout possibly happening here, but do we trust the continuation? This is the tough part about these all-time high stocks. You know, they're constantly just battling that, trying to break that new ground. Very difficult to do every time to get that continuation and pop, right? So, right, not the easiest stocks to get that continuation on. But if you want to trade it. I mean, this is getting a great pullback on Nvidia right now. This is a nice pullback. Kind of like it. But not enough to jump in. You know which movies are great too? For the Groot movie. Groot. What's his name? I don't know what the movie is.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No. The other Groot from the kids movie. From the name is Despicable. Those movies are Despicable Me.
They're
hilarious, man. The Minions. The Minions are okay, but the Despicable movies with Groot are just Groot. Yeah, they're so good, man. Funny. I don't know if I'm enjoying it just because the kids are laughing their butts off, but man, I enjoy them.
Groot. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, Groot. Yeah. They're really good. And here and there, they throw like a nuggets to the parents, something like an adult joke that the kids are not gonna get. I forgot a movie really caught me off guard. I went to the movie theater, so I wait for this choppiness to finish here. And it was there was this bunny leaving like the bunny town. You know how they have the population sign?
Yeah.
Of the town. So she was a bunny leaving her bunny town, and the population sign it's like a digital ticker, just kind of. It keeps going up and up, and it keeps rolling. Yeah, kind of like that. I was like, okay, I get it. My kids don't get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, AMD just popped up out of nowhere. It's just there it goes. Andrew's in, partialing towards the high.
Look at AMD. Wow. Yeah. See, it's good reason for me to stay out of this, baby. I am.
Yep.
I don't need any of that craziness.
Yeah, it's messy, man. It's Nvidia, that was the entry. I'm like, if you want to get in, this is where it's at. I should have got in. SMCI. Tesla's gone. Nike continues to drop here. Good short on Nike, guys, if you took it. I love the pattern on the 5 minute. I don't know if I would have traded it, but the pattern is really nice here on Nike. Vape to the moon. If you're somehow in Vape, congratulations. If you're somehow long in this, congrats. I don't see what
Andrew just has a way of surviving, eh?
Yeah,
he got lucky on those pops, so
yeah, he knows how to get it done, man.
I know, every time. I wish I could be that lucky.
Yep. Nvidia looks interesting, man. I think Nvidia can go here. Break up half a day.
We are at all-time highs here. Keep that in mind.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. With all-time highs, it continues to struggle. So it's hard to get that continuation. That's why Like I like it's an all-time high, but I prefer stocks to hang out a little bit lower. I got some levels we can aim for. PLTR is a mess. Remember we just spoke about this, right? So it looked like it was gonna do something here, and again, it's just doing nothing, right? So just be careful. This really, I mean, what's your strategy, right? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. What's your strategy here on PLTR if you're gonna trade this? MCI, same thing. Tesla's the only one that took off here. Should have flipped my position. Would have been nice there. Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe John
This
is
is
right.
good.
Maybe John is. This is gonna go to 350.
I don't
Should
know.
listen
It's
to
looking good
John.
right now.
Oh man. Looking, friends. I don't see anything I like, unfortunately.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
nor
I think he
I.
meant like next week, not today.
Vape has reopened. $60 stock now. Sorry, 59. No, $58 stock. That's how literally how fast it's moving. $57 stock. 56. Like it is literally moving this fast. I'm not making up. Now it's $55. How do you trade
And
this
now it's
thing?
halted somewhere. Is it halted? I'm sure it's
No, not
probably
yet.
will.
No, it's hanging in there. It's 55, 54. It's dropping like a buck at a time. Like it's
Oh,
just
man. Let's go here.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is crazy. Crazy stuff.
What's the spread? Spread is can't even see the spread. $1. $1.
Well, that's why it's moving a buck at a time then. I
Yeah.
didn't even look at the spread. Yeah, that's nuts.
It's wild.
Whoa. LIDR looks like it's halted here to the downside. Yeah,
Which one is
volatility
that one?
halt.
Oh,
Your AI.
yeah, yeah. Fine, it's over.
Yeah. And there you go. See how it's just slowly going up, and then
Yes.
bam, right? Just nails you. That's exactly why I avoid these types of stocks.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean that can happen
dangerous.
on anything, but it's more likely to happen on a type of stock like that. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Let's see what else we got
Tesla
going on,
turned out
friends.
Carlos to be a good long out of nowhere. It just decided, okay,
Yeah.
now we're
Yep.
going up.
Yep. It held that
Here,
previous day close,
hold my beer.
and
We're going up.
it just took off. OTR still doing nothing. SMCI looking to do something. Um, yeah, I don't see anything that I like, guys. I might have to wait for a VWAP breakout. I'm gonna have to wait for some kind of VWAP breakout when it gets a little bit later. Right now, I don't see anything that's looking good. Like, you got a couple of things that are just going sideways. Like PTR might end up being a great trade one way or the other. We just gotta wait till this thing decides what it wants to do. Right now, it hasn't settled up or down. You are getting lower, slightly lower lows, lower highs here, slightly, but that's not to read into too much just yet. How's Spy looking to ya? Spy? I think it's just choppy. Yeah.
Yeah. The
I think it wants
Qs
to go
are heading
red. I think
higher.
it wants to go
So
red. Yeah.
it does
I,
look like it's setting lower highs here as it's
yeah.
bouncing down, but the
I,
lows are pretty consistent, right? It's got some
yeah.
support right
I
around
thought it
where
was
it is
gonna go
now.
red here, right? When it did this
Yeah.
bounce and it came back down here, I thought
Mhm.
it was gonna go red. I was still in Tesla then, but again, it continues to come up against this. So, um, I think it wants to go red. Nvidia at the view. I'm so
Mhm.
glad I didn't get in on that one 5 minutes ago. Trying to hold the view up here. But yeah, I'm not finding finding anything right now. Let's take a look at some other ones. Take a look at Meta, Quiet. How about Microsoft? Definitely nothing going on. AMD's doing its thing. AMD's on fire today. AMD's been on fire actually the last couple of days. It did this when was it? Sometime
It's
last
had
week.
a few days. Yeah.
Last week is ended the week very nice. Right?
Yep.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Last 3 days of the week ended beautifully. Going off of Tuesday. It's a nice little push there. And look at today, man. Today's looking to put in a really nice day. Oh, I'm not showing you guys the daily. Sorry about that. Here it is. So, looking good. Yeah, but Tesla and Samsung news, I don't think that's what's moving Tesla, right? Samsung is not going to help Tesla. Tesla will help Samsung, right? Because they're the ones buying the chip from them. So I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah. And it depends how people see it. Like, is Samsung the best company to buy chips from? Maybe people aren't happy with the fact that they're using Samsung chips. I don't know.
I mean, if they would have went Nvidia, they definitely would have been
right. Like that feels like a
350 today. Like,
slam dunk,
right? That's the Go Nvidia. Go Nvidia. You'll be up here. But maybe Nvidia's a little bit expensive, more expensive than
and I gotta believe
Samsung.
with an Elon type ego, right? Like you're probably not going to be able to negotiate with Nvidia as well as you could negotiate and get yourself a deal with Samsung. So
right, yeah, Nvidia's a darling right now, right? So
yeah, they wouldn't be discounting for anybody, right? I would imagine. They're like, yeah, it's okay, man. You don't want them, the next guy will.
yeah.
So I don't care if you are Elon.
Nvidia doesn't make chips. I don't think they. I think they do make
Nvidia
chips.
Well,
yeah,
they don't.
make
I mean,
chips,
they
yeah.
design. They design.
Yeah,
They don't physically manufacture anymore. They've pretty much
Right,
outsourced
right.
all of that to the best
They
of my
slap their
knowledge.
name on it and they're good to go, right?
Yeah, well, that's all they need. You just have to have the design rights, and I
Exactly.
mean, it's hard to argue with
At the end of the day, it
the.
all comes from the same factory in China.
Yeah,
All comes from the same
Like,
place.
yeah, we can say all we want. It
Yeah.
still remains. They are the most valuable company the planet has ever seen. So,
It's just
right,
wild,
like,
man.
so
Yeah, it's just
what,
wild.
we
And they're
can
trying to-
throw all the shade we want.
Yeah.
It's who's in charge of the world.
That's it. And speaking of Nvidia, look at it go here. It's finding a way to push higher and higher. All right. As a PC gamer, you love them. Who do you love, AMD or Nvidia? There's always a battle between the Nvidia lovers and the AMD video cards. It's always some kind of battle. No, this is better. Same thing with Intel and AMD.
Nvidia.
Yeah,
New all-time high.
I'm definitely an Nvidia fan. I got a couple of Nvidia cards running here.
Well, Tesla back at the high here.
I feel like I'm missing every move today. It's like
Yeah.
by the time I look at I could have taken that, could have taken. It's just not getting in anything. This month is not starting off great. Missing everything. Bum, bum, bum. Is Andrew showing his book? Oh, Andrew's showing his book. Did he
He's
finish
showing
it?
his new book. He's done. He's got a copy. He said
Okay.
it's the big book.
Is it
He's
color?
got
He
some
put color on
co-authors.
it.
Yeah.
I want to see this big. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Very nice. Hey, looks very thick. How many pages is that?
I don't know.
Looks nice and thick there. Good. Definitely. We gotta listen in.
How they're actually building their trade books. So with all the screenshots that they have, all the process that they have. So there are 6 or 7 different trade books, six trade books from Pick Capital Bootcamp people that actually they build a trade book together.
Sweet.
And no, I don't use an AI person. I actually use a really good, hired a very good producer to produce the book for me. I don't believe in AI voice. But that was my point, that these companies that they were built by these people, they're replacing them. Like the producers build Audible, the company that it is today, and then Amazon purchased. And they're the same company.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So there it is, Andrew in chat, going over his book and sharing what's taking place there. No, we didn't miss a PTR, man. PTR is, I mean, okay, forget this, right? What's the strategy? How are
Right.
you going to join that short? We knew it was going to break out one way or the other, but how are you going to join that short? Were you going to join it here, right? After the few times that it came up and it bounced from that and came back up to the VREP again? What's the strategy? That's why I ask my mentees, what's the strategy, right? They'll take this trade here and I took a partial here. Oh, great. I don't care what you did here. I mean, I do care, but I don't care as much as you tell me what's the strategy so you can repeat this over and over again, right? And they're like, there we go. Let's start there, right? What's the strategy? So very, very important, right? Because if you start just going after whatever starts breaking down, this could have broke down here, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some trades that can pull this off. That they're scalpers. They're very fast. That they're taking a very high. Again, scalping is not bad. Don't when I say scalpers, don't think it's like an F word. It's not. You just gotta know what you're doing. You're not gonna be a scalper. Like no, it's not bad.
Scalpers. Oh, scalper.
Nothing wrong with a
Whoa.
scalper.
LIDR is reopened, and it opened and shot
Ouch.
lower, so that's not looking
Ouch.
good.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's,
Oh. Ouch. How many trades I take daily? Lately's been a lot, man. It's been like 3 or 4. Lately's been more than the normal. And it's just because the July was a tougher month. So when I look at July, when I look at my number of trades, it's much higher.
back at VWAP.
And the number of shares, just because we're taking more trades, is much higher too. Commissions, you could tell, it's much higher for July so far because the number of trades is higher. So, because it's taking that many more trades to get moves. It's a lot of break-even stuff, a lot of red days, red trades. So, yeah.
Oh, I wish
What
I'd
did
gone
you-
short Tesla. No,
Tesla,
I was looking at Tesla hitting that double sort of that retest of the high, and I was too nervous. Oh well. I gotta get over this nervousness at the open. And look at
same,
Nvidia
exactly.
come off the high.
Yeah, I sold off here. SPY's actually going higher. POTR again, we just spoke about that drop. I am not in sync with the market at all. Peter, sounds like you're not either. We're just not in sync with it today, friends. And it happens. Hey, this is what it is. It happens. Not every day is going to be a great day. But yeah, it happens. But what could make it a great day is getting to 400 likes. We're sitting at 336 so far. 400 will make it an awesome day for us today here. So really appreciate that support, friends. 994 watching right now. 400 is about half. That'd be awesome. Gerard saying no clean moves today. Yeah, no. For the most part.
Tesla.
So yes. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah. Today, I want to say it was tough, but there's just some moves I just did not see in time. SMCI actually did break out and did give the continuation, which is hard to believe after struggling so much, but it did get going here. Tesla's, besides this move here, it's hard to trade right now. I find it. I don't see anything great on it.
I agree. It's a
PRTR.
little, I don't know, it's not telegraphing its moves like I enjoy. So
Yeah.
I agree. It's a little more difficult than normal.
Nike? VWAP breakout on Nike, Peter? What are the odds? This
I
is the
know.
move, though.
Uh,
This is the move. Do I trade Nike on this setup?
Nah, see, Nike's not like
I
it's
don't
it's
know,
not
man.
normally
It's
your
looking
your
good.
smart trade.
Yeah, no, it's really not. It's really not. Not on this ticker. But it's
Not
making the
normally.
move. Making the move. Let's see the pullback. I see the next candle, right? So you got the breakout here. This is clearly a pullback. Like that is your pullback there, right? Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, let's try it. Let's try it, Peter. Breakout on Nike. This stock doesn't move much, so we'll give it like 30 cents, right? Doesn't move a whole lot, which is great for us, right? So we can give our stop to about 78.50ish, which is good because it kind of falls in line with this area support. Let's see. Normally I would not trade this stock, but I kind of like the way this is setting up here, man. It looks decent. If we could get to the high of the day, this will be a big win as far as the stock moving like that at 10:08. So
Yeah.
let's see if our strategy works on a stock like Nike. The answer usually is no, but But today's something different about Nike. What was the news on Nike, Peter? You said everybody was not everybody, but a couple of people were watching it today for some reason.
They were.
Yeah, we had
Uh, and Andrew, I think Andrew even had it on his list
Andrew had it
early
on. A couple of people
I
on
mean,
YouTube mentioned it
they did get
as
some
well.
upgrades. They got an upgrade from JP Morgan, which is always good. But I don't, I'm not sure. And they increased their guidance, thinking that they're going
Okay.
to make more on the bottom line. So I don't know. I mean, I still don't see it. I don't buy it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter was mentioning Nike. I should look them up. She was looking for a shirt. We watched the women's Euro Cup finals. She was looking for some.
To Nike website in a long time. What does that look like nowadays? I feel like nothing changes. The same stuff. Like, what is different? I mean, of course, these are classic sneakers: the Air Force Ones, the Air Jordan ones, the Dunk. I mean, those will never go out of style. You know, never go out of style. All right, Nike's doing some stuff for us here. Maybe we'll have enough to get a pair of sneakers here. We'll donate back. The same sneaker. All right, let's see if he can do something here. All right, friends, you guys watching today. What else? Nike's good right now. Let's see if we can continue. It did get to 79.05. Pulling back now. Let's see if we can continue to hold VWAP. Adidas or Nike? I mean, personally, I bought more Nikes than Adidas for sure. For sure, for sure. Which one's better? I can't tell you. I'm not a big fan of the three lines. The three lines. I'm just like, okay.
The three lines?
The logo, the Adidas logos, the three lines, whatever that is. I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah.
You mean like what I've got on my shoulders?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks good. It looks good on you, but I'm not a big fan of it. On the sneakers and the pants. The pants, the three lines going all the way down. The pants, I'm like, yeah, like the sweatpants.
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, it's been
yeah.
It's sort of very retro now, right? Because I mean, that was their style in the '70s, and I don't think they've changed it since.
Yeah, and it's for some people. Hey, man, I've seen some people wear it, and it looks great. I just don't see myself with the lines really from the hip to the ankles. It's just not. Give me a little check on the side. Nobody needs to know what it is. Good to go.
Tesla is moving here.
€2. I'm probably gonna wear that with the sweatsuit, with, and then get a nice gold chain. Get an Adidas hat, one of those round hats. Definitely euro. But yeah, it's not my style. But again, don't knock it. I've seen some people really look great, with this stuff. So Nike, I'm speaking good about you. Do something, okay?
Huh.
Speaking good about Nike. So do some stuff here. Sweat around the shoulders. That's funny. That's good. There it is, Andrew asking, how is everyone today, friends? Oh, so yep. And did anyone trade AMD? Yeah, AMD was an amazing trade. Amazing trade, man. AMD was probably the cleanest trade today. Right out of the gates. It just took off. And it did very, very well. SMCI took a bit to get going. Tesla had a drop and then it bounced. Nvidia was just messy. POTR never got going. Drop here, right back up. So yeah, I think AMD was probably one of the cleanest trades I have here. SMCI did eventually turn out pretty nice. You can see here moving lovely. But
it would have been tough.
I mean,
that was a lot of sideways movement before it took off, eh?
Yep, sure was. And here it is. I'm in Nike VWAP breakout, which is not going anywhere. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Let's see if we get that going. I got nothing, friends. Hood, how is Hood doing? Hood was just unstoppable last week, right?
We didn't talk about that pre-market.
Yeah. Friday Hood was really good.
What do I have Hood on here? Coin. I should put Hood in here.
Yeah, it's starting to break out now of the VWAP, so you are getting a little bit of a push. I like the way the daily looks. Look at the daily. That looks clean. So you're breaking out also from Friday's high as well right now. So that could be interesting if you can get going there. That could be nice. Nike falling apart here. My stop 78.50, about 30 cents or so. Let's see if it holds the V up. But the funds died down, right? Like we shot up pretty quickly here, it has some volume, and it's just kind of like we're just dead. And this is typical nicey stock stuff.
Tesla 325 just punched through that. Tesla's just running and gunning now, Carlos. After looking weak initially, it just
I know,
it
man.
just turned and burned.
Turned and burned, baby. Oh, look at that. My trade looks so far behind here. So look at this. It's like I traded like 2 days ago compared with the price it's at now.
Yeah, but it's always so easy in hindsight, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Vape up 626, trying to break high of the day here. Not including pre-market. Obviously, pre-market was like a 170.
Yeah, but look at this thing move. It's still moving like 50 cents at a time.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yep.
It is not easy by any stretch.
Ian, PTR doing our move on banner. Let's take a look. Failing right now, but yeah, he's trying to come up to the VWAP. See if it can hold. Hopefully Nike will work, but it's gonna make me wait. This is gonna be like a 3-hour trade. That's what it's setting out to be. Yeah, if PLTR failed the breakout here, so definitely not setting up for a move right now. So we'll have to wait for it. PLTR has been tough. Look at this PLTR daily. I mean intraday. Look at this PLTR 5-minute. I mean, this is not a stock that is tradable today, and we've seen this plenty of times. PLTR could put in. I'm telling you, they could put in some great market opens, and then they could put in this crap, and this is crap. What you're seeing right now. I mean, this is not. No way you could trade this, really, with the way we trade. So we'll have to wait. But again, we're not even an hour in yet to the market open. We got plenty of time to find some opportunities. And for Nike to do some stuff and get us $1. Can Nikes get us $1 before the day is out? That is the question. Can they give us? Matter of fact, let's call it $80, $79.99. I think that's the price you want to get to. How about you guys? What do you guys are in now? Your trade calendar, you took Tesla. Beautiful. All the way up there. That's nice. What's the news on Vape? Peter mentioned it earlier. They had
it was very confusing. They had a secondary offering, remember? But they're like a farm services company with a name called Vape that
investing in
crypto. Yeah, they were all
like, too much going on there.
I really don't.
There's way too much going on there. Nvidia, it's doing this VWAP thing. But I don't know if I trust it, man. And Nvidia is hard to trade at this all-time high level. So, but you are getting the VWAP breakout here. You are getting the pullback. I just don't see it as the best possible setup as far as what's been happening here the last couple of minutes. But I could be wrong. You can go from here to here. I'm just gonna stick to my Nike, man. I'm gonna see if my Nike does some stuff. This will be it. So far, one loss on Tesla for a short, and second trace on Nike. We'll see if Nike can get to 79.99. That's the high of the pre-market. Is Andrew trading? Yeah, Andrew's always trading. Andrew's
Yeah.
always trading. I mean, he's been on like on a Cal Ripken consistency day trading situation, right, Peter? He's been on it. You know, for those that don't know, Cal Ripken played the most consecutive games in NBA, in national basketball, American basketball, baseball here. So they like 3,000 games or something without an injury or nothing. It's just ridiculous. Um, but yeah, he's always trading, man. He's trading right now. I'll show you. He is right here, trading, drinking his tea. Brian is trading. Brian there with his sign, with the garbage truck in the back. Good stuff. I think he might be all out of AMD now. Right? So here's the AMD trade, went long, partial, and then he might be all out of the AMD trade now. Which, again, it's a beautiful move. Here's our chat. There's John. John Tesla, that's what we call him.
John Tesla? I don't know. We're not at 350
Jarrett.
yet.
There's Jarrett in there. Yeah, but you know he's pretty close. He's got to be loving this move that he's making now. he's got to be enjoying that. So, yeah, Andrew saw a lot of Nvidia. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Did the move. I am in Nike, trying to get going. I think it will. It's gonna take its sweet time. It's not running anywhere, that's for sure. Four times Tesla, solid. 2 times AMD done for the day. Are you saying like 2 hours? Like Allison, you saying like 4 hours, like 4 hours and 2 hours? Is that what you mean by 4x and 2x? Just want to understand the terminology. But great. That is one nice day if you traded Tesla long, and if you traded AMD long as well. 2 good trades. AMD at VWAP. Let's take a look. AMD at VWAP. Yes. Now, do we short a strong stock? Don't know. That could be tough. Tough. Oklo fade. OKLO. Oh yeah, this was active last week, right? We were talking about it Friday or Thursday. We did have a couple of really nice days here with increased volume, and today we're giving some of that back. At least Friday's back. It's a beautiful play here today, but you have to be watching. I didn't see it in any of the scanners. But yeah, it's moving down here nicely.
Tesla.
Yeah. Yep. He used to run Oklo. I believe so. Was it this one? It was one company he used to run. I don't know if was it Oklo. I want to say yes, but I am not 100% sure. Yeah, so he did. He used to run it. Now Jacob DeWitt is the one. Or DeWitt is the one that runs it. Yeah, he used to be there. Yeah, chairman of the board. All right, Nike. You're taking the excitement out of this move because so slow. Watching paint dry. Um, all right. Getting Nvidia. Poke 123 Lee. You just want me to get in anything. No. That's not going to work. He's like, getting this, getting that. I'm like, no. It's not the way we trade. I'm not jumping in this. You jump in. You jump in. Let me know how it goes. And of course, I'm going to be rooting for you 100%. But I'm not jumping in Nvidia. I don't have a plan. There's no plan here. I really don't. Although I know Nvidia could, take off and, man, get you all-time highs and high of the day. But there's just no plan. I'd rather jump in a stock like Nike that I know could be brutal. But at least there's a plan, right? Like, I have my strategy here. At least there's that. But to jump in something just because it's moving, to get action is no good. No good. So let's see if Nike gets us to 79.99. I'll take a partial there. Markets just die, not moving. Yeah, Mr. David, I'm hoping that's not the case for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at Trading Terminal. Show you guys what's going on there. TradingTerminal.com. I'm gonna hop over there. Boom. And
wow,
here it is.
Nvidia's just sideways.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. My Nike looks better. My Nike trade looks much better than that Nvidia stuff right now. Alright, here's Trading Terminal. Let's take a look at our calendar for earnings. And you can come over here. We got the Benzinga news you can listen in on. It's pretty cool. So if you sign up, you have access to that. But let's see what we got going on with the calendar. Make this big. Alright, so here's the heavy hitters coming in this week. Meta, Microsoft, right? And Hood. We definitely want to see what Hood's up to, right? We got Amazon and Apple. So there's just 4 of the max 7, right? Coming in today. And Coinbase. Well, Coinbase will be interesting. I like Coinbase. I love Reddit too. I don't trade it, but I just love what this stock is doing. My mic is acting up. Let me see. Maybe I unplug it or something. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Yeah, not sure what's costing the mess. So let me see. What's costing? Oh yeah, it's really bad. Not sure that. I'll try to reset it.
What happened to my sound? You still there?
But I hear you now, Peter.
Oh, okay. You're back. You just went like completely silent for a while there. That was weird. It was all crackly, and then I had no sound at all, and I couldn't figure. I was trying to figure out if it was my end or your end.
Yeah, not sure.
Anyways,
I just reset the mic to make sure the thing was connected.
All right.
But I have been noticing, man, my internet connection, like it's been weird. I gotta call Verizon and see what the heck is going on. I noticed like when we were streaming yesterday, like the quality was not great. It was not HD, and then it turned HD. So that's been happening a lot often lately. And I know what they want. They want me to upgrade my equipment. That's what they want me to do. Yeah.
You think they're purposely like screwing with it to say, "Oh, see, you need to upgrade"?
Yes, this is what they do.
Okay,
Because last time I called, they had this new equipment they wanted to give me that now costs X amount per month, and I'm like, but I have this one that works. Why do I need that one? And they're like, oh, because this one does this. Like this one works fine. I'm still getting 900 megabytes per second, whatever. Like why would I? But now it's starting to act up. 3 years later, so yeah, something's up. They're messing with me.
Suspicious.
Yeah, like come on. But yes, I was saying, guys, 4 of the Max 7 reporting Meta, Microsoft on Wednesday. We'll be live for that on YouTube here, 3:30 into the close and watching the live action. Then we have Apple and Amazon on Thursday. We'll be live for that as well. I'm interested in Coinbase and Reddit as also. I think they're fun. And we got some others that are fun to watch, like Carvana, see how the used cars are doing, and so forth.
$2. They can't do it. Can't do a $2 stop.
$2 stop?
I'm looking at Tesla for a short. Tesla.
Yeah.
I just can't do a $2 stop from here.
Well, take let's yeah. That's what I did on. That's what I did here. I needed to take $2 stop. There's no other way, given where it was.
But the risk to reward is not good because that means I have to go most of the way back to VWAP to get my $2, and it's just doesn't have enough distance yet. So
Yeah.
No good?
True. True. My Nikes. This is crushing, guys. I know you think this is slow, but we are crushing this move right here. This is like the most action I ever seen on Nike, baby. Let's go. We are just pounding that price action and just getting up there, baby. Yes, that's as interesting as this stock is ever going to get. But
Carlos is all excited about his 25-cent move.
yes, I am
All
very
right.
excited about this. I mean,
Okay, nothing wrong
like
with that.
I am loving it. It'll probably take me all day to get to 79.99, but I'm in for the ride. I am in for the ride. All right, okay. Let's see. So yeah, guys, trainterminal.com. Check it out. Tons of great stuff here. Earnings, beautiful. Oh, Boeing tomorrow morning, Peter. That would be good. PayPal.
Yep.
I think this week is going to turn around. This week is going to turn around really nice starting tomorrow. As far as
right.
more opportunities, just so with all this stuff that we're getting here. CNBC. Oh yes. But yeah, that's what we got. I have never heard of anyone speak so positively about Nike stock. Yeah, James, I am excited because I'm in it, and we're up. Well, now 20 cents from our entry, not even. So bad.
All right. How are you, Carlos?
Good. Watching my Nike stock do nothing, but I'm good. How are you?
Nice. Like something good to do. I am pretty good too.
Nice.
Brian, let's go to YouTube. So I had a
Let's
pretty good
go.
day on AMD. So let me put my camera on here as well.
Yeah, you turned that day around nicely, Andrew.
Yeah,
Started a little rough.
the biggest regret in my life was SMCI. SMCI was really right. Let's Carlos share the screen.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that was turned out to be a really good day. So I'm sitting at $24,000 profit. The win was AMD, the loss was Nvidia, and the regret was SMCI. So let's go through, see what we're doing. And the position that we're having, we just have the bonds, VCLT and VOO. The market is making all-time high. That's really good. Thank you, Mr. President. I don't know why, but that was a trade. So let's go with the biggest regret of life. SMCI obviously was gapping up. We did a really nice 1 minute to be range breakout. So very nice 1 minute to be range breakout happened here. So this was a really nice 1 minute range breakout. Obviously, I missed it. On the pullback, I added. I was hoping to get, for the break of half the day. Dropped to the VWAP. I added more a little bit. My average came around 56.20. Did go up. I added more a little bit, and I said, okay, this is gonna go for the break of half the day. Came down, chopped up, and I said, you know what, I'm out of it. For a small profit. So I don't want to be in there. Well, what happened was, eventually after consolidation, if I go to 5 minute chart, you see that boom, went up, pulled back, boom, went up. And this is a crazy move on it, like 6% on SMC. It trades really well, really good volume, really good liquidity. And it's just amazing. And then AMD was the trade that at the open. Ayman did a really nice trade at the open. 1 minute range break up on it. He did it with the options. So it was a very nice 1 minute range breakout. It was, in our watch list, all of us. Really nice move. I kind of missed it. And I saw that for the breakout 173, I went long, added more multiple times. So built a huge position. Eventually the volume came in and I started partialing, added more twice for the breakout 174. And that would turn out to be a big profit for me. But it was really tricky because I really chased it up. And I know, Peter, you mentioned that and was chasing it because I was listening to you. But when you go into the charts, you see the weekly chart back in October, there is this big important level that we just bounced back from the here at 174. As you see, this is a weekly chart. And Nvidia, very similar. Like Nvidia was also really popping up. I tried to go long the VWAP a couple of times. Eventually, I got out of it. The last position that I had was here. So I went long, I added more, and the pullback, I got stopped out at the break even and then, rallied up. But turned out to be super choppy. But other than that, it was a pretty good day. I do have one announcement, guys, that my new book is published. So it's called Trading for a Living, but actually the correct title would have been Trade Book, How to Build a Complete Trading System. So I go through a couple of trade books that I have. It's not only the strategy. So I don't teach you only the strategy, but how actually execute that. And the book, it's in black and white. The sample that I have is actually in color, but the color version would have been super expensive. So it's in black and white, but you can download all the figures in color in our website. So the link is in there. So I hope that you guys see. It's actually pretty big. It's a little bit bigger size, it's 7 and 10. It's almost 400 page. And at the end, there are 7 trade books that we put from Peak Capital Bootcamp traders, and you see how actually people build a trade book for themselves. So that's something that you guys can see how other experienced traders build a trade book for themselves. So the link is in the chat room, and if you have any question, guys, email me. And as always, I really appreciate the support, encouragement, and your feedback. If there is any issue in there, email me. An honest review on Amazon has been really, appreciated, because that shows the book is valuable to you guys.
TGEN, TGN naming a new CFO, Tango Golf back in November.
So I did a couple of trades on Tesla this morning. We had a sell-off right at the open, came down to PDC, which we fondly refer to as king of all levels. And it kind of came back up, touched the VWAP, pulled back, and it made a higher low. So came back down, came close to PDC. And that's kind of where I stopped out on my short. And then when it started to look like it was going to hold there, and then it pushed through the VWAP, got long, and that was probably my best trade of the day. And I'm still long a little bit. I'm thinking it's going to go to 330 at some point. There's a big order there. I can see all the way up. Some orders stacked there, so kind of expecting it at some point to go there.
Yeah. Paris did a nice
Yeah, I
trade on
believe
Tesla.
yeah. I
Paris did
think
a really nice
Paris
trade on
did the
Tesla.
same trade. So again, using the previous day close as support. The SPY kind of did the same thing too. We had the previous day close as support for the SPY a couple times. AMD has been fairly strong today. OKLO looks like it might be putting in a bit of a double bottom as well here.
I want to see if Paris, if you can share your trade on Tesla, that would be nice. And if Ayman is still in the chat, that would be nice if we can see. Lenny did a very nice trade on SMCI. I'm going to share a couple of trades here. Carlos, if you go full screen, that would be nice. So this is a trade that Lenny did. Let me see if we can actually zoom in. Let me zoom in on the figures. But anyway, so that's the SMCI. So he did go long here, probably have a stop loss here, and then now it's going up. So it's a very nice. He didn't partial or anything. So Lenny is trading a smaller share size, getting really these big moves. Very nice trade on Lenny. Paris did some really nice trading. Let's bring Paris trades here. So Paris shorted at the open, and partialed. No, sorry. I don't know what he did here. Oh yeah, so he shorted once and then he went long here and he just got this huge rally. What we did is in the chat room we called it around here after you squeeze above the VWAP. So these are the VWAP. So this is the area that the chat room called it. I was actually thinking of going long. If I wasn't up on AMD, if I was desperate for a good trade, I would have taken definitely here and then it went up. And Paris is really famous at adding in these pullbacks really nicely, as you see. I don't know how he got it, at around 316, and I don't know how
Selling.
actually he shorted that coming.
I'm selling some OKLO off that bottom there.
Ryan is doing okay. Hello.
Kind of nice move on
It's
that.
bounced.
Yeah. 2-minute chart. Look at that. Beauty.
Nice. That's a double bottom on okay. Hello. Very nice.
I use a 2-minute chart. But yeah, I got a nice little bounce on that. That was you could tell it put in a higher low there on that pullback. Yeah, I mean,
So
you can use multiple time frames if you're looking for, but if it's for plays like double bottoms, you and double tops, you need the shorter time frames, like either 1 or 2 minute.
get SMCI, Brian.
This
Yeah,
fake insanity.
if you
Off to the
skip
left.
SMCI Super Micro shares hitting new highs now up 7.5%.
if you look at
Ending up Charlie.
if you look at
SMCI.
that move on a larger time frame, like a 5 or a 15, it kind of looks, the 5 even looks like a bit of a double bottom, but the 15 just looks like a a V reversal. So I kind of like the 2-minute because it gives you a little bit of a longer time frame, and but it's still, you can still catch these double bottoms or higher lows, whatever you want to call it. We're going to get to 74. Going to take some more off here.
Any question, guys, about the trades that we did today? SMC, it was a great trading day, actually. It was a little bit choppy at the open, but the breakouts of SMCI was really nice. Okay, hello, Brian. You did double bottom. Was good.
CCCM, Columbus Circle Capital, Charlie Michael. Shares getting a pop here on some volume. CCCM.
CCCM. That's Benzinga Charlie. Let's see what's doing. Wow.
Okay, no worries, Jay. Thanks.
AMD's backward high of the day.
Oh, we're going to get to 74 here on OKLO.
All right. Any question, guys, about trading? Any question about life in general?
Life in general.
So we gotta have so I'm thinking of actually the first week of December in Thailand. I was thinking of having a trading retreat. The focus would be on, meditation and wellness. So one of the resorts that White Lotus actually was filmed in there. Maybe we can get those villas and, we can have that, 5 days of trading together, 1 week there with, chef and, everything. And with, come up with because I need a, mental retreat really to focus, to meditate, to do a lot of yoga and to really connect with my own body. So that would be the cost we were thinking of for 1 week, including everything, is $3,000 for one person.
Avalon Global Clear getting a pop here now, $3.15.
If you're bringing a partner, because everybody's getting their own room, $4,000 for 2 people. So if you can bring a partner, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, because then you're sharing the room. So 4,000 for 2 people, 3,000 for 1 people, and everybody's getting their own private room in the villa. So that would be something that
All right, here we go. I'm just selling some more. 74.30. Yeah,
So Lenny is working on
I
that.
get my information. I get the information on the orders through I use Bookmap, but in a couple months we're going to have the same similar feature on Trading Terminal, and it's going to be a lot less expensive than Bookmap.
So we were thinking of first week of December
I thought it was
for Thailand.
mid-November.
The first week of December, similar to Colombia last year. I think first week of December might work. And I do encourage people to bring actually a partner, a family member. Again, because you can share the room, you have your own, amazing, beautiful room, and it's amazing. And the cost of Lenny and I are working on it is 3,000 per person or 4,000 for two people. Because most of the cost is accommodation, food and yoga and meditation, and the retreat that we're doing is not really that expensive.
Yeah, but and you've got to fact, of course, the airfare is not included in that.
No. Airfare is not included. Yeah, for sure. Frogs included. Yeah. All right. So AMD is going back to the high of the day. I knew AMD is going to go for the 174.50. I got to stop down on it. I think the resort it's a 5-star resort that Lenny found is actually the one that White Lotus was filmed under the TV series. I don't know if you guys were watching it or not. Yes, Lily, it's about the retreats, 5 days trading and mental wellness and meditation and mindfulness in Thailand. Yeah, so AMD is going up pretty
Costa Rica
nicely.
would have been a good place. Costa Rica would have been a good place to do that too.
Costa Rica would
They
be
do a
nice too.
lot of
I wanted to be a little bit different. Like I was in Costa Rica. Costa Rica, I still felt very similar to North America. Like I like a completely different energy. Like Thailand,
Mhm.
like if you go to Nepal, for example, is a completely different energy. Like Costa Rica gave me the vibe of still like North America. Like it's different, but it's just still I wanted to go to a place that is really having different energy. Like
Yeah,
Bali and stuff. But what we're doing is this Thailand. I
yeah,
know it's a long flight, but and I understand that not a lot of people want to come there, but it would be nice to do it, even if a small group, even if 5, 10 people. I'm happy to have that retreat.
yeah. All right, I'm getting I'm all out of OKLO. It's at close to the VWAP. I don't know if this bounce here is gonna continue, but I'll take the money and run on that trade.
AMD is 174.50. AMD is going to go to 175.
Yeah, AMD is still looking interesting. There is a big order at 175, 297,000 shares.
Isn't my book already out of stock? Really? Shouldn't be.
No, Amazon doesn't. Your book's never out of stock. They just print more.
Yeah, sometimes they do this. Sometimes it's glitchy day. I think sometimes it's a little bit glitchy. I think it's check it in a few days. I think sometimes it's glitchy. Um, I don't know what they're doing on the back end, but sometimes it's really glitchy. And again, I really wanted to have this book on color because there's a lot of charts, a lot of examples in there. But the Amazon, when you actually do color, the cost of printing would be so high, then I have to put this book at $100, which doesn't make any sense. So I really debated with that. Mike was also here. So we eventually decided to go with the black and white. but all the charts are available. I eventually will publish a paperback version of the color as well at the higher price if anyone wants to have the color. But Amazon really needs to stop doing this. Like it's this monopoly of companies that they take control of these industries are very, very scary. And I told you, like in audiobook, I want to publish audiobook will be available in 2 weeks. The narrators and producers build Audible, the whole Audible industry of the narrating the books. And very talented, very, very talented. And now Amazon favors you to use AI voices. So they're forcing you to kick these people out of business. Like, why are you doing that? Like, and eventually I went with the human producer, but why are you doing that? Or same as Uber, like all these Uber drivers who are actually build this company, made it profitable, build the brand, build the trust. Uber is aggressively going after, the autonomous fleet that they essentially want to use these people to build the brand and then kick them out. It's corporate life, man. It's just, I sent out a newsletter. I still have the letter of termination that I had over 10 years ago. It's corporates just moves on you. You have to really learn something new. It's just the life doesn't owe you anything. You have to continuously learn. You have to do better and better. And I see very few people around me that actually are willing to learn a new language, a new skill, something. Like I have so many friends in Vancouver that they've seen me from when I had nothing, and now they've seen me with, my Lamborghini and everything and stuff. They never came to me and say, "Hey, can I get a copy of your book? I want to see what you're doing." Never came that. So it blows my mind that they just don't want that. They're always annoyed. Oh, it's expensive. Is that? And I was always looking at, well, you got to do something about it. Learn something. And maybe if it felt like, what does it really cost you for learning trading except 2 hours in the morning? Like the simulators are free. The book is $10, one at Starbucks. Like what is it that just you don't have that determination to go after it? And it blows my mind. The mentality of some people is that they think their life owes them a living. Like, and I had that one as well. Like 15 years ago, I had a friend that I was always going and I don't have any money. Vancouver is expensive. Why is that? And he told me something that really stuck with me. And I said, the problem is not Vancouver real estate. The problem is our income. He was also broke like me. And then that's a different way of looking at it. Yeah, I mean, let's get something. Let's make something. Let's figure out something. Let's do something. Really, trading doesn't cost you anything except 2 hours determination. I have so many friends that ask me, okay, I want to learn trading. And I said, just come 2 weeks in YouTube, watch me. Just 2 weeks. Just watch, like when you're getting your coffee in the morning and doing your thing, petting your cat, whatever. Just watch to see what we're doing. See this chart. Let me explain what these charts are and stuff. They come for one day and then they don't show up. And
It
I don't know
takes
what's
effort. It takes you've got to have the motivation. You got to put the effort in.
another question that came a lot was what happens with the AI when if we're trading? And this is my thought. Again, I don't have a lot of backing, but maybe I do a research on it and maybe send a newsletter. First of all, algo trading and computer trading has been around for many years, like 50 years. The best quant in the world, best maths, people are going to Wall Street. If you are an amazing mathematician, you are in Wall Street working. That's it. That's all. That's a fact. So this computer trading has always been for it. But AI, if the machine learning language models learn a pattern and trade the pattern, I think it would be better for us because the market we can identify those patterns as well. We can learn with the machine, or maybe more with the help of that machine, we can learn more and identify those patterns with the machine. So I think overall, it would be better for trading. If anything, it would bring more volatility, more liquidity, and more recognizable pattern, in my opinion. Trading is becoming easier and easier. It's not getting harder and harder. Technology is getting better. It's getting cheaper. It's getting faster. The PDT rule, they're going to remove it. Now you can trade with $2,000 day trade. And if the AI starts trading certain patterns, we can recognize those patterns and trade those patterns. I'm really bullish on the future of trading. I think it's maybe one of those things that can stay. I'm really bearish on the future of employment for a lot of people. like a lot of jobs would be, hit. Like I personally cut off some of my staffs because with AI productivity of the, people are going up. The developers, the one task that one developer used to do in, or three developers used to do in 2 weeks, one developer can do with the coding. Like AI does the coding for you. But one thing that you can do actually is trading. You can learn trading, you can focus on trading. You can build something on the side for yourself. I really think that trading is amazing.
Here goes Tesla. I'm going to sell some. I've still got a few calls left, so I'm going to sell some here. Still going to hold some for 330.
So you're long Okelo.
And a nice.
Yeah, it's
I don't,
nice. Nice
I don't know what
yeah.
the pop was there, but
one thing that I wanted to mention that, guys, in the new book is there's one chapter about having a mental edge. That Crede, she wrote that for me. She's the co-author. She is this person. No, not this person. Sorry, this person. Yeah, she's Crede. She wrote one chapter. Chapter 5 is with Crede. So I talk about how you can actually have an edge on the market with technology strategy. And she talks about how you can actually have the mental edge over the market. So that's why, the trade book is the three elements: technology, strategy, and psychology. I'll talk about the technology and the strategy. Crede talks about psychology and how you can have a mental edge on that. There's a full chapter that she wrote and co-authored with me.
here we go. Tesla's still moving up.
Nice, Sami. Welcome to Peak Capital. Yeah, Peak Capital is, one of the good programs and that you can actually get to work with people for 3 months. A lot of people need someone for the, learning. Like self-learning is hard. Like I myself, a person that I like to learn in a small group. Like I like to learn a Spanish. Very difficult for me to start myself. But if I have two friends to go together to class or, to do something, it would be much nicer. So Peak Capital would be a small group learning, self-support mentorship type of thing. And you get access to trading with Thor. He's here. He's in a hotel room right now. You can't see it, but I can see him. And yeah, Thor is doing live trading in Capital. And then we have captains and team captains to help you build the trade book. The samples of the trade books are in the book. You can actually see what trade books. You probably don't understand a lot of it, and I did mention that when you see the last chapter, the trade books, you have to skim through it because you don't understand. These are all unique to those traders, the name, the entries and exits. You just get a good idea how people build trade book. You don't necessarily really understand what they're trying to say and how they're actually executing it, but it helps you to understand how to build it. And yeah, and also we give you a few, funded accounts that you can trade on it and you can take profit. And we have people who made $10,000-$15,000 profit, big checks out of us, and it's amazing. And if you have any question on Fridays, Mike is doing pre-essential course material for Peak Capital. You can come, ask questions, and see if it's good for you or not. So every Friday, the schedule is on the website. Having said that, I'm handing it over to Thor. Thank you so much. And the Paris is coming also in the chat room.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I hope you had a good morning. Tesla's really worked out quite well. OKLO actually broke through the View app now. Maybe heading back to PDC, so I'd watch for rejection there at PDC. And yeah, OKLO. Good way to end the morning of trading. Garwin, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll hand things over.
All right. Good seeing you guys trading this morning. Air profit of profit, man. Good to see that.
Yeah,
Andrew was talking in the chat room earlier about like what he needs to do for his energy levels and all those stuff. I just told him to do what you do and go take all the pyramid power. I just don't understand why he didn't listen to me on there. You just go there. I guess maybe you got to be the prophet of profit to imbibe upon the power of the pyramids, perhaps. I don't know. But whatever.
There you go. And I've got my glow in the dark pyramid. So
There it is.
just
That's
put it
right.
on,
There it
on
is.
top of the head.
There he goes. Boom.
Yeah,
We bring it
you
in.
can feel the love.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I love that, man. I was actually in Mario Land this weekend at Epic Universe, which is kind of like being in a pyramid. And I'm also short the market right now, which I'll show everybody here in just a moment. So you should be able to see my screen now, everybody out there in YouTube. So I'm actually short ES right now. After we offered R3 a couple of times, after the open. The volume here was really nice, and I would like to introduce you all. I actually did take one short on M&Q today, or two shorts on M&Q, one of which I'm still holding now, one I stopped on. So I'll show you that in a minute also. But I wanted to introduce everybody to my latest creation, which is now available to you for free if you have it, which is the ghost candles. The new version is out, so I shared them on my social. If you go to my at Thor Young BBT, which is my Instagram, I actually have my links in my profile there to Bearable Traders, Peak Capital, as well as my private mentoring, and as well as my Camarilla pivots and my ghost candles now are all there for you. So I took this this short because basically when we opened, we had a high volume buy that really didn't go anywhere. We didn't sell particularly well, although we moved down easier than we moved up. But as we rallied, the only volume we found was way up at the top. We didn't find a buyer down here. We found absorption up here. So as we rallied out in the volume, notice on the ghost candles, the more volume you get, the fuller the candles are. So we left a topside wick here and then we rallied up. So when we went to R3 and we couldn't buy with good volume, I went ahead and went short off of R3, got this beautiful sell. Now, it would be easy to get nervous on this pullback, but for those of you who are now kind of understanding BPA, what happened in these candles that maybe made me not so nervous on this pullback? Right, look, they're all empty, they're all hollow. So there's no volume on these candles. Now, if I start seeing big lit up volume here, maybe I get a little bit more worried, right? But right now, now I don't like that we absorbed at the CP. I'd like us to sell down here, but that's pretty good. I had a little bit of a struggle with the NQ today. I like NQ at R4. I tried it my first time and I got stopped. I then tried it a second time and my hotkey messed up. So, and then now I'm in here and I ran my stop here and this is where I'm at now. Had a really nice drop after re-entry on this one also. So I'm now holding both of these short and we'll see where we're at. So the volume is really low right now and the indices have been really difficult to trade. Luckily, I had a really strong first 2 weeks of the month, which highly imbalanced. I mean, I was basically over my monthly goal like at week 2. So, but I've been putting on good profit daily, but not nearly like the big months I had or the big weeks I was having in week 1 and week 2. So we're definitely in kind of a choppy period right now for the past couple of weeks. So it's okay. It doesn't matter. We go through these moments. The importance is to capitalize when things get moving and just keep doing it over and over again. We'll get there. So, let's see here. Adeli, can you email me, thor@bearbulltraders.com? Good to see everybody, by the way. Missed you all. How was everyone's weekend? Hey, James. Yeah, so JC, I took it with no alert. It was still the right trade though. It just didn't call it for some reason. I don't know why it didn't, but I gotta clear that out. That had some other trades in it too. So we'll see what we can do here. Hey, INT. So the ghost candle, you have to download it. It's a separate indicator. So if you just go to my social, you'll find it there. I would have too, actually, JC. So I have them email in to see why it didn't, because we reopened in the right area. So I got to look at, see what happened that it didn't like. So this one, I know why this one didn't alert. I was a little naughty on this one. Right. So this one should be it's a higher, wider range. This one should be at R4 technically. So, but I really liked the offer of R3 here, and our order book had a shift that made it look more bearish. So I was really feeling this short right here. So I went ahead and gave it a go, even though it wasn't technically at R4, which for my system is where it should be. So, but the VPA on this one really was reading like we were going to start selling from here. And we had sold from that range earlier in the day, right? So we had already sold from very high. I mean, look at this, like in the pre-market, we were such a beautiful R6 short in the pre-market. We were also a R4 breakout once we gapped and reopened, right? So you can see here, we pulled up and look at the reoffer, and then we sold all day. I mean, we've been selling all morning. That's why I've been looking to sell again. So when we finally reoffered, that's why I got short here. But I mean, the ideal spot would actually be way back up here. Nice birthday. It was on oh, I know why. 'Cause it didn't, I don't think it opened in the right place. Never mind, I know the answer. It opened too high to alert. We opened like up in the mid-range here. We need to open lower. So Benjamin, the idea of the ghost candles. Yeah, and I'll help you with the order book, like for sure. So the idea with the ghost candles, right, is basically to take VPA and combine it with your candle, right? So we already know that candles give you your open, your high, your low, and your close of every minute to every 5 minutes to every day, right? But what we can't see is the volume on, without looking down. And I'm trying to keep you from having to look down. You know what I mean? Because we always have our chart, we have this with here. And as volume traders, we're always looking down. You know what I mean? And so we have to take our eyes off so whenever you're looking for confirmation of a good order, there's just these times you're down here and then you're down here, right? So for me, what I want to see is I want to see, I wanted to be able to see those together. So now you can still do both. So, and the cams to the downside or the volume to the downside also ghosts, right? So you can see here, like we had a high volume here. Look right there. What's wrong with that candle? Right? It's an anomaly, right? You can tell it's an anomaly because it was a very large amount of buying, right? But we didn't go up, right? So then we sold, and when we sold with a lot of volume. So it looks like when we try and buy, we absorb, and when we try and sell, we move very easily, right? So this feels distributionary to me, right? This is my own version. This is my own candles. The HMB indicator is different. This is based on that original code, but mine's been I went through and using my own metrics coded the shading of the candles so that they fit. So this is an entirely new indicator. You're going to want to look for it's Thor's ghost candles. But there's a link on my Thor Young BBT on my Instagram. If you go there, you can find a link to them there. You know, because it's hard for me to share. I can't share links. So. PLTR, Nav. I'm traveling today. I'm with my son, so I couldn't trade equities today. It's in a higher, wider range. So actually, I would be looking for it to set up soon. Like for me, I haven't really seen it. It hasn't really been in the right spot for a trade for me today yet. I would actually want to buy it right here around S3. Let's see if there's but I like what you're saying, the volume, right? Like even here as we bought, right? This is why this isn't a reversal, right? This was a buy candle, but it's not engulfing, right? So then as we pushed, our volume dropped. So it's reasonable to see it going back to S3. All right. So we wanted to talk about the order book. My buddy Nathan is actually here. Since someone was talking about wanting to read the order book, I think my buddy Nathan can maybe come on and help us out with that a little bit. Since he is a professional bookmap reader, I think that's a really good thing to do. So everyone who loves Nathan when he comes by for bookmap, thumbs up. It makes him excited. He likes seeing when everyone gets excited when he shows up. So make sure you do that. And yeah, so we'll do that. Man, this order book on NQ looks all kinds of bearish. So if you're looking at NQ here, look to the downside. See how this indicator here is heavy green? This means we have more bid close to the price. So you can see underneath us, look how many orders are to the downside. Now, the principle here is over time with volume, price moves to size. So we've got selling volume and we have orders to the downside. So generically, that's a bearish book. So Nathan, what do you think, man? Is that pretty much how you're looking at it?
Which one are we looking at? Sorry.
LTR.
PLTR.
Just the principles of the order book in general. How do you think? You're looking at how we respond and sell towards size, like bearish, bullish. Like I like how you're
and the
overlaying the
size.
spot gamma too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the size of those bubbles, like, and if you're getting larger dots, larger buying or selling dots, is it also moving price? Because if you're not, then you get to start to get that absorption, and you're getting a lot of market participation and trying to buy, which is obvious with the big bubble size. But if you're not moving up, then that's kind of something you need to like take a look at and try to maybe reevaluate something, because large dots should move price in that direction. And if they're not, then maybe somebody is absorbing all that and getting ready to come in heavy to sell.
So if you're looking at my screen here, everyone, look at PLTR. I think this is a really good example of what he's saying. Right at the open, notice how there's a really large volume buy, but the price doesn't go up, right? We've got this really big buy, but we don't go anywhere. Why aren't we going anywhere? Well, a 160 order tells you why, right? There was an iceberg order at 160. There were too many orders for the amount of buys that came through. We then liquidated down into this bid that was sitting down on the downside. Once we cleared that bid, we squeezed right back up to that iceberg and hit that iceberg order. Now we've been working our way back down these bids. Doink, doink. Let's see these guys here, these guys here. And then when we pulled back, look, someone brought in more sell orders closer to the price this time, right? This is why we didn't go as high, right? So we got into that order and then sold, pulled back, and now we're selling. More sell orders come in lower, right? Now we're eating down the bid to the downside on PLTR. Pretty cool there, but you can really see what Nathan was saying right there. Google, we can look at Google. Le Google. That's French for Google.
I think so. Absolutely.
Just kidding. Let's do this. I will go into my get out of my way. Let me go into my non-trading side for pulling those things up so I can flip back and forth and have my trades on. Man, I'm sitting right in front of an air conditioner, like right here. It is like Denver in here, like Denver in like July or Denver in January.
It's pretty warm in Denver right now. So up here though, up here I wake up, it's like high 40s in the morning.
Google. What are you seeing on Google on your side of things? Anything interesting? It looks like we've been selling fairly well in the morning. We're on a higher narrow range. So we're too low to buy Google at this point. So if anything, it looks like we likely do a counter trending breakdown from inside the range. It's a very unusual play, but it does happen. It just doesn't happen enough for me to put it in as a trade, as a playbook system. So I would say I really don't have a play that really like feels good to me on this one.
Well, yeah, it's picking up volume and it's about to sweep the low. So
And it looked like
yeah,
it's
not
selling.
yeah, it's selling pretty hard. And
The
look
or-
at that book. That book's
yeah, the order book's
that book's
incredibly
really bearish.
with a lot of selling. NQ's going also a bit more now.
Well, good. I'm short NQ, so
Yeah, I'm short ES and NQ, so let's do this. Can I get my screen share out of the way?
yeah, let's see what happens to Google when it sweeps this low. So what you're gonna want to see if we're
Nom
gonna
nom. Here
buy
goes
up,
NQ. There goes NQ.
okay.
Nom nom nom. NQ's order book is really bearish now. So if they start selling into this book, I mean, I don't see any reason why they would bounce. There's no orders up here
Yeah, we're
near the
voiding to the
price.
top side.
Yeah, I mean, we've got almost a complete order void to the top side. So I don't see any reason why we're going to bounce right now. So Geekus, this is what, boom, there it goes. See what I mean?
Yeah,
So
there we go. Now
the
this better
market
not
moves to its big
buy up
orders.
again.
All right, here we go. Look at that volume. Look at the ghost candles lighting up.
You need to put creepy sounds with those, like little ghost sounds every time one pops up.
So I was kind of inspired while we were at Mario yesterday. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
we're hanging out at Mario and you know, we're looking at the ghost boo. And anytime you look at him, he like disappears. Anytime
Ooh, there
you
we go.
know,
Come on.
I was like, oh wow, here we go. Come on, people.
Well, those orders need to fill into the bottom side though on NQ. I figured we get down here and those orders would start to fill in, but we cleared the book higher. Yeah, that just stopped. That just liquidated a bunch of people right there.
Look at the order void to the top side now.
Hmm.
Yeah, Starlight, you're very welcome. But see how well they work? So you can see this is genuine selling, right? See, look, even from here, this is why I felt confident staying short, right? I had this really large sell to the top side, right? And then as we tried to buy, we got very, very weak. That combined with the bearish overall structure makes it look like the market wants to sell, right? So that being combined with that, look at that genuine hard selling right now. Like if you were looking the long right now, this is not a bounce point. You know, I mean, this is genuine hard selling, right? So you don't want to go long against this, right? This is nice, Starlight. Did you do that in TV?
Look, Thor, we always talk about reading algos and how algos react. Look at MES or ES and how whatever
Nice.
algo that was they're trying to buy just got swept out and took all of their orders off on the same time.
Look at the density to the top side's just gone. We're selling
Yeah.
people. I really only want like around 800 out of this. If I can get 800 out of this trade, I'll take it. So this is just my maximum target threshold, which would be, I think this is more about like $1,000 or something down here. Wow. Yeah, baby.
What's your entry price on MNQ?
Oh, I actually almost hit target on. See, I ran it too wide on this one too. I had an error with my hotkey when I got in. So I didn't know exactly where my target needed to be, which was unfortunate. That's all right. That was very good selling. I'm not expecting a reversal here.
At least it didn't sweep and pop again like it has been doing.
I think we could go all the way back to 2 days ago's close. So, I mean, I think this could be a day, but this thing bounces and squeezes me all the time lately. It's been quite frustrating, but I'm in such a good spot on this one. I think today's the day to let this. I want to see if this thing, we can get this hard drop back down to 23. But look now, look at the difference. How we were talking about it was voided. Look how they brought some orders in here now, right? But look above. There's just nothing up here. It does not look like we're about to bounce right now. It looks like we're about to continue to the downside. So this is just a little bit of a relief. We slammed into a big order, so we popped. Right, it happens. It's like a pressure. It's like hitting a spring. It's too much downside pressure. The algo yoinks it back and offers sellers a chance to sell more. So if we see engaged selling here, we should drive another leg down. That was a really solid break there with good volume. Look at those ghost candles, baby.
Yeah, that's what we were waiting for, though. We kept feeling like this was going to happen. This was going to happen. And that was the same on Friday. It just
BBT family, our YouTube family, everyone here. I'm just saying, right? Like, what other community are you going to, or are you hanging around with, where you have more people within a small community set or a chat room that is working so diligently to give you the tools you need and not trying to like monetize you in every single direction? That being said, if you get my Camaria pivots or these, I do have developers that may or may put a share a coffee link in there. So if you do want to buy them a coffee, we can just put it out there. But I'm not trying to monetize you, is what I was trying to say. But no, I like, hello, bros. But anyway, just saying, people, they do work very hard. But yeah. So Mike, the script is open source. So if you would like to try and adapt it for Toss, I'm certainly happy to help you in any way I can. Just credit them as Thor Ghost candles if you come up with them. Someone messaged me saying something the other day about they also had a version working in like Sierra charts. So anyone who has a version of these working, if you send them to me and it's easier for me to steer them. That would be amazing, Starlight. If you just call them Thor's Ghost Candles in some way, because it just makes it so much easier for me to steer people to them whenever they're in like the shared forums and stuff like that. Otherwise, go for it.
Hey, Pedro, you were asking about the orders at 3:30, if we can comment on that. What exactly are you wanting to know about the orders being there? I mean, the book on Tesla is pretty bullish. We're getting some buying up here, and I do see those orders up there, but I'm just wanting to know specifically what were you wanting to know about them. You want to comment? Got that? Yeah, we're getting that buy response, though, again on NQ.
Always.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep this back. It went right into S3 and we're in a higher, wider range. So it's exactly where we should find buyers. But having us sweep the top side first should draw us to the downside. We should not bounce from here when we do this. But it's the market, the market's been insanely like optimistic, right? Can you get a PDF of Cam Pivot Plays, or is it only of your book? Well, like with the full description on every single play and how to do them, for that, you have to either do a webinar or get my book. Yeah. But I mean, if you go to like bearbulltraders.com/pivot book, like all of my like screenshots from my book are all in there and stuff like that. So you can get a copy of all of that there if you really want it. Higher, wider range. We're a little above R4. So on Tesla here, so the one thing we're missing on Tesla is selling. So you can kind of see as you're looking at the ghost candles, because they're amazing. Anytime you see very large buying, right, those are on engulfing buy candles, right? These are not on sell candles, right? There's a little selling here, but it wasn't anything compared to the buying. Right. So you're really looking for, confirmation of some fairly good selling, You know what I mean? From up in this range. And so far, I haven't seen that. I would actually look for Tesla to get near R6 or maybe even ATR high, you know,
Yeah.
like 330.50 to even 332. See if you can engage a seller there. But in the higher, wider range, you're kind of in a kill zone now. So it may be a little bit choppy up here for you. So be careful on Tesla up here.
Yeah, and you want to see the selling too. I mean, you're wanting everything to set up and not just go short just because it's at 330. It also needs to give you more confirmation before you want to jump in there. So, but it's pretty strong right now. Yeah, 330 looks like it's on the table. It's trying to get there, but you need to see a lot more stuff because you could hit a lot of stops, and then that can just continue to fuel a run higher. But it's starting to show a little bit of weakness right off here with some lower highs, lower lows.
Someone was asking about Apple. So Apple right now is it's calling it a neutral range because we closed and opened we closed 2 days very close to each other. It is technically a higher range, although it's calling it a neutral range. It is technically higher. And our order book is actually quite bullish. So you talk about the definition of a really strong order book. You can see here, we have a very strong ladder to the top side with voids to the downside. But on our volume, we are selling more than we are buying, which is why we are having a lot of trouble making progress. So we have a bullish book, but we're selling right now more than we're buying. So this is causing us to chop here. I do like us actually for an R3 short here, potentially. I do like that this reoffer here was very, very weak. And I like that we're bringing orders down to 214 and 214 is getting stronger. So if you were entertaining the idea of going a short, I would like to see it close another new low. And then you could go short within this box here, put your stop up above these top side wicks. It shouldn't go any higher than that. If it does, it's done. But I am saying this right now, the order book looks very bullish. So one buyer comes in and this thing squeezes to the top side. So I just don't know if this feels like it feels a little sketchy for a short here. Although, I mean, it would be a good one, but it's the right spot for it. I just wish the order book was a little bit more convincing to the downside. AMD? What do you think about
Yeah.
AMD, my friend?
AMD's been a beast today.
AMD beast mode.
It is in beast mode today. Let's see. Yeah, it looks
Look at
pretty
that big
bullish on about
squeeze.
every time frame.
ES totally went right off of S3. Just silly.
Yeah, you're getting into some nice right off here around this. What is that? 171.85 level. It's just right above R6. I think that's the next area it could pop off of,
Wow.
being up this high.
I mean, this thing was just a straight launch off of R4 today.
How the
Like
ghost candle's looking on it.
It looks like
Weak. Looks weak.
we've started selling. And right now we're reoffering the underneath of VWAP right now. So you can see the algorithm at VWAP. AMD has a really strong VWAP algorithm response. So it's why I think Andrew makes money on this one so well. So does like Nvidia. So you can see here we came back and we hit into VWAP. As soon as we hit VWAP, we bounced and bought off of it. But the volume was really weak as we bought. And then we came back down and reoffered it. This time we sold it and we've reoffered it once and twice. If we sell from it again, that would likely be enough to engage some additional volume. So you can see right here, they're offering underneath it right now.
Yeah, here's that sweep on NQ's buying up now again. But let's see. Yeah, talk to
Absorbing
everybody
the-
about that anchored VWAP. I know we were talking about it today, and I was
Oh,
telling you I
yeah.
want to learn more.
So and Nathan and I were talking about this a little bit this morning, everybody. So I have, fortunately in my time going up and around the market quite a bit. I've been lucky, and I do mean lucky, blessed even, to get to hang out with market makers, specialists, right? So and one of my good friends is actually a programmer for Citadel. So when we were talking, and we were just discussing VWAP in general, one of the things he said is like, I don't know like if all specialists use a VWAP algorithm, but they all do. You know what I mean? And what he meant by that was, that he doesn't actually have ideal confirmation like every single day walking on, like he hasn't been to every specialist's desks and seen them, seen a VWAP algorithm. We look much more bullish on Qs now too. That they don't all have, but from what he knows, every one of them uses it. So this is the calculation that I recommend from that knowledge and those conversations, if you will. You want to use an anchored VWAP. I personally enjoy this one that's called auto anchor VWAP. And then for the source, use the high plus low plus close divided by 3. That's a calculation method that also mirrors with my CAM calculations, because it's basically a Fibonacci style. It's a high, low, and close method, very similar to what I use, and that's what I would highly recommend. So, and you will see, as you just saw right now, look how beautiful this thing works. Look at that reoffer to VWAP right there. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that as far as a VWAP goes. Right.
Especially
so you can
when price is choppy, VWAP becomes like just an area that it just gets magnetized to and pinned at.
Well, for real. But so VWAP, most people consider VWAP, and this is where a lot of momentum traders can go wrong. You look at VWAP, and a momentum trader would think of VWAP as a moving average, and it's not. VWAP is a value line, right? It's a value average. It lets you see what the average price is in this time frame, weighted by volume, right? So that's very important to know. So the algorithm is utilizing VWAP quite heavily to make an assertion on what it thinks the average price is. This is why it can be very difficult to trade on or off of VWAP, and it can be a little bit easier to trade away from it. Like once you're up near something and you're away from VWAP, you trade back towards it, right? Because it's an anchor. It pulls the price back to it a lot. You can also use VWAP to see when the price is stalling. Right. So you can see here, as we were rallying, VWAP was moving up very aggressively. So obviously we had a lot of buying, but then right here, we completely flatten out. And then as we go back up, notice how when we go up that far here, VWAP's going with us. But when we're going from here to here this time, VWAP does not. Notice the difference? This didn't start curling up, right? If this was very aggressive buying again, we would have curled up, and VWAP would have started going with the price, but it wasn't, right? We had to start making new highs before VWAP would start going up, right? And we didn't.
And I know.
So now if you want a more sensitive VWAP, you can change your anchor periods, but this is how I like mine.
Yeah, I know. I know some institutional traders that and firms that we've met, at the summit. Again, Vancouver Summit. You're going to meet all types of great people, and they do this flattening VWAP you're getting there. That is. A lot of times that's a trigger for a trade, and to start looking for a trade. They really look for that VWAP to start flattening out. And then that can be kind of the first indication that maybe we're moving lower. So
yeah, we
it's
just
powerful.
reoffered this. We're reoffering yesterday's close and the CP here. So we sold hard from the open price on our futures. But look at the reoffer. What do you think about this reoffer, man? I mean, candles are looking pretty hollow.
This is where the seller needs to come back in. Because I mean, that was a big sweep. That took out a lot of liquidity lower.
Yeah.
It did take out the book to the top
I am
side,
entertaining the idea of moving my risk model, and instead of going for actual like targets, just hitting the prescribed levels, because I could have just hit S3 there and just been done. I wouldn't have hit a full target, but it was close. Oh well, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go through that structurally, I think, next month and see what that happens.
That's how you do that, guys. If you're wanting to know how you change your trading, how, like, if things aren't going well, if you need to make an adjustments, you can only do it by journaling and by going and looking back. You can't, like, that's the only way to do it. Journaling is huge.
100%.
You know, it's best. I go through the weekend, I'll journal all my trades for the week, and then I go back during the weekend and I look at those trades, you know, where I took the trades and how they look. So I'm completely objective about it. I don't have any more emotion tied to it. It's almost sometimes like I'm looking for it at the first time, but I go back and try to be completely objective and looking at, you know, how I traded, how the trade went, what's working, what's not working, and make notes of that. Yeah, these dots, these buy dots are getting smaller and smaller, coming back up through this area. But that book filled back in on the top side. We even had some liquidity move down from, what was that? 540 down to 515. Let's see what happens here. That buying's dying off. Look how that volume's diverting now.
Well, Mohammed, narrow or versus wide pivot structure is how we determine inside versus outside days, right? So what we're referring to here is basically just a reference to ATR, right? A ticker has so much movement it generically does on a given day. So if our pivot structure is narrow, then in order to meet our ATR requirements, we're going to have to go outside the range. If our pivot structure is wide, then to meet ATR requirements, we don't. So we expect to bump ATR and then stay inside the range, right? So this is generically on wide ranges. We like to play the traverses that go across, where on the narrow ranges, we're often playing breakouts, right? Or if we go across, we're expecting to go all the way across and out the other side. Like today worked a little bit against me on my ES there, I guess you could say too, because you know the range is actually quite wide. So this is, you know, in theory, this would be more of an inside day. So I you know, but I think we're going to run out our downside ATR, which has put us more near yesterday close, then bounce and come back inside of S4. So, but we'll see what happens or not. So far, I'm really happy with. So the thing that really I get focused on here is our whole snakes and ladders or shoots and ladders game we talk about. So if you look at the volume right now, it took us only about 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes to move from 6,428 all the way down to 6,416. And now to move all the way back up that same distance took about 4 times or 5 times as long. So for me, it still seems that the action is going to be better to the downside, but we'll see what happens. The market has a lot of buy in it, man. These people cannot be goaded out of this market right now for nothing.
Yeah, it's the diverting volume and looking at this. But I know we were looking at this on Friday and it kind of worked completely against it. So just see those orders that come back in on the downside.
AMD looks like it's ready to sell some more. So look, we had a really strong sell that closed low on AMD, and then we pulled back to VWAP on low volume. You can see our candle stayed hollow as we came back. And now we've moved back to the downside. So I saw a couple people in the chat room there getting short off of that pull back to VWAP. I think that was a really smooth move you did there. I like that a lot. If this starts to lose here, the downside expectation is fairly reasonable, at least to move back to the open price.
Did we have news? Did we have news or anything that just hit? All
Just
the books
now?
cleared. All the books cleared a little bit, right? At like,
yeah, I see that at
11:40. Yeah, all of them did. I'm even looking at RTY. We had that shading in there.
Yeah, selling. We're getting volume on the sell
There we
side
go.
right there.
I wonder if that was the bracketing algo coming off.
Could have
It's
been.
not on NQ. It's not on an NQ at the moment, but it has been most of the day.
Andrew was talking about this a little bit earlier, right before I came on. He was talking about his book and the psychology and how everyone like if you learn the trading, it's really more about learning algorithms and coming up with a system. And the more the algorithms work, the more he thinks day trading will be successful. And I actually agree with that 1,000%, to the point where if you'll listen to Nathan and I really aren't even like traditional like traders. Like we're not even really paying attention to what the fundamental concepts of the market are, right? We're doing what we call algo facing, right?
Yeah,
We're
we
literally
trade algos.
we're just reading the algo and how it responds to buying and selling, and making decisions on if it's buying or selling from the right places. But I didn't have to like learn like, how to, I don't know what the dividend on AMD is right now, or if it even has one, right? I wouldn't care about that, right? All I care about is what's the order book look like, and is it buying or selling? What's the algo doing anytime it offers price? So, and Nathan, Elisa was wondering, what is a bracketing algo?
So if you look around, I don't know if Peter can bring up my screen,
Mm,
and I'll show you.
let me see if he's not around, we might not be able to. So otherwise,
I just don't see it as well on your screen as I see it on mine. So there's there's an algo, and it came in, I don't know, a little over a year ago. And it basically has, if you bring up the Qs or SPY on your chart.
1 second. Excuse.
So what it is, it's an algo that constantly puts large orders on the top and bottom of price. And essentially what it's there for is to hide the liquidity on the book and in that area. Because if you're using Bookmap, the hot colors, red, orange, yellow, are the larger orders on the book, and the cold colors, white through dark blue, are the smaller orders.
Hey Nathan,
and they,
if you could just reshare your screen again, just turn it off and turn it back on,
yeah.
it should come up.
Okay.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's like, I just heard the voice of the maker.
At least he didn't tell me I was doing anything bad.
He's like, cut
Hey,
the
Nathan,
Q's
don't
position.
do that.
Don't keep holding.
So, all right. I don't know if he has my screen now.
We will see. I don't see it yet, but
So on the Qs, it's not even really, you see those white lines on the top and bottom of where price is? That's a bracketing algo. And it just chases price. And you can kind of see like the squiggly lines right close to price as it moves up, moves down. And it's just there to bracket around price, but also they put large orders in there, and it hides a lot of the orders on the order book. And
so here on
so,
like Q's, I got it.
yeah, right
now
there.
hold on. Now we've got a black screen. So now neither of us are showing.
Yeah, Nathan,
You will
turn it off
never
and turn it
know.
back on.
Okay, I'll try it again.
You will
Sorry.
never know the answer to this
Keep
question.
hitting share, and then I don't know.
Weeps was saying it's too top notch information to give away. It's giving us a black screen.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
the market makers are.
we can't get the
Is it
screen up
showing
in
now,
15
Carlos?
minutes. You're just never gonna know. So I'm so sorry.
I don't know why it won't share. That's so weird. I'll try it one more time. Click to this one.
Hit me,
click to that
baby,
one.
one more time.
See if that works, Carlos. No?
No, I'm still not getting anything from you here.
Okay.
And you're doing it on
That's so
Zoom, right?
weird.
You're making sure you're sharing your entire screen, or
Yeah.
This is just Google
You want
Meet's
me
way
to,
of saying
you
this
want me
is
to log
my
out and
show.
log back on? Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me,
You should be. User error.
let's see if it shares that one. And if I could do share, because it's showing it's sharing on my side. Well, anyway, but those white lines, and now it's yellow, and then there's a yellow order block underneath the Qs. That's just an algo. It just brackets. Those orders never really get filled. They just keep getting moved up and down the book with price. And then they're just there to mask the larger orders on the book, just to kind of make it a little harder to see.
James.
Bookmap, if you get the full software, it does have something in there to where you can get rid of that bracketing algo, but I've gotten so used to seeing it that I just kind of know what it is and know how to trade around it.
James says this never happens when Dr. V's on. I just like to say that.
Well, she's a doctor, and
He is a doctor.
I only got my bachelor's in science and pharmacy, so I didn't get my doctorate. That's why.
But both of you are better than me because I technically only have an associate's in IT.
I know. I thought I got lucky at the time, pharmacy school, when they PharmD became mandatory and had to be a doctor, but
which proves
I
to
kind of
you
wish
that
I
you
would have
did not
gotten
need
it.
to have.
But it was literally, you paid almost twice as much as what you've been paying to go work. You just did a bunch of different rounds at different places, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to go work and get paid.
I love that idea. Working and getting paid sounds amazing. You know what else sounds amazing? Not working and getting paid. I think that sounds way
I've been
better.
waiting for that trust fund to kick in for
God,
what,
I need one of those.
almost 30 years now. So nothing yet.
Can I be a trust fund baby?
Yeah, if any of you guys are trust fund babies out there and you need a brother, I'm
Yeah,
more than happy to
I am newly
be
single,
your
so
brother.
I can marry in. I'm not like picky. I mean, you know, apparently.
Nathan definitely broke something. Let's see where my friends went. Alright, we're trying to get him back on here. It looks like Sue might be frozen, acting up. Thornate, if you could hear me, refresh. You should come back on. No, I definitely did not say that. Or in the meantime, I'm still in Nike, just moving around, doing nothing here. There's Thor. Thor, you're back. We'll see if Nathan.
I'm coming. This is what happened when you try and give up all the market secrets.
Nathan broke something. He broke everything. I don't know what he did.
Hilarious. Ooh, double Thor, even better. That's all the Thor all the time. This show, yeah, we should get twice as many likes now.
Once Nathan comes back on, it'll show his camera.
This is how many likes we should get. Oh man, this is my favorite show ever. Look, it's kind of like I'm not quite offset though. Oh, your stub's getting too long. You better go shave. Oh man, I'm so glad everyone came here today for this amazing stock trading content. You never knew that you're going to see my ADHD trigger in real time like it just did. And having two me's on the screen right now certainly does it. But this did just become my favorite show ever. So, I mean, what a good looking show we're having today.
How about that?
Nice,
Straight for the
even
lights.
better. 3 Thors. This is the best show we've ever had. Oh my God. The numbers just through the roof. Oh. Oh man, who says you can't have fun while you're working, huh? I mean, I can't make
Exactly,
money
man.
while I'm working, but I can have fun while I'm working. Oh, that was always my problem with corporate America. Can you imagine this personality in a corporate environment? Not so good. Just ask Mike Bear. Love you, Mike. If everyone doesn't know that, Mike is our like guy that's in charge of people here at Variable Traders. So he has to deal with having a special needs child like me. So it's just hilarious. There he is. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. Mike
Yeah,
Mike
Mike
actually
keeps it in check.
Mike actually taught me how to drink. Did you know that? Like, I didn't know like you could be fancy and drink like real drinks at the same time. We're like sitting in Vancouver, and he's like, "All right, I want you to take this one and crack this one. Let that one sit and breathe. While you're doing that one, I want you to grab this one. This one's coming down. Half the glass. Let it sit. Gonna stir it. Flick it one. I don't know. I'm making up some of this other stuff now, but I mean, it was really nice. It was all right. Okay, hello. Thank you, Tamakana. Realison. Is it still two me's? This is amazing.
Yeah, and I think Nathan's closing the link and rejoining again.
Sure did. Bye. All the way
Hey
back up
James, Peter
here.
too. Peter
Crazies.
Peter is our HR guy, somewhat.
No. So Peter is our HR person. So Peter is who you go to if you need to complain about something. However, these complaints are only able to be received in person, hand delivered, handwritten letters, and only able to be delivered between the months of November and February in Ottawa. In Ottawa. So you have to really want to write that HR letter to get it in.
You gotta really want to do that. No, Sharu, we do have a complaint box. It's right on top of the shredder.
So there is a complaint box. In order to get to it, you have to go onto your Windows PC and you have to hit Alt and then F4 on your computer, and then that will make your complaint box appear. Please don't do that. I'm so sorry, people. Don't hit Alt F4 on your
If the viewership drop, so you know why.
all of a sudden the viewer
computers.
numbers. Yes, you can complain how awesome we are. Andrew at Bearable Traders, Carlos, Nathan, Thor, Dr. V, the greatest people ever to be on a YouTube. Peter, obviously for pre-market show, can't forget him. So any other facts. So speaking of, so Nathan will come back on again on Friday, but we have booked now. I don't know if it's 100% official, but it's fairly official. And so everyone tentatively put on your calendars. What day was it? 7th, was it? That you had? The 5th, the 5th. Thank you. Great, Ben. So on the 5th of August, 11 o'clock in here, right here for you because I love you more than anyone else. I bring you Spot Gamma. So we have JT, who is the man, the big like QA guy, knows all the stuff, does the math, like brilliant guy, fun personality. He's going to be a blast to hang out with. We're going to have him on Wednesday the 5th. So make sure you put that on your calendars. Wednesday the 5th, 11 a.m. Also, don't forget, as of right now, we still have Dr. V coming in on Wednesdays. This Wednesday, we are going to be talking about a subject matter that's going to be on a book that she recently read, which is an older book called Our Trading Tribe. And we're going to have one of our own YouTube family who wrote in and said they wanted to come online and hang out with us. We're going to have them on to talk about it because they've recently gone through their trading development journey. And we want to talk to them a little bit about community and how these different things impacted them. Also, I'll probably get in the hot seat a little bit myself. So I think it'll be a little bit fun for us to talk with Dr. V. So make sure you're coming by and checking that out as well. And then still trying to work on Gary L and Lenny, trying to get those guys on for a little bit of fun. So, but otherwise, Nathan coming in hot on Fridays. So, and Mondays, man, double duty this week. Hey, I can see you.
Yeah. And guys, like JT is going to tell you how important it is to be aware of options hedging in the market because it provides a ton of volume. And knowing how market makers and specialists and institutions hedge their positions using options by buying the underlying asset. So you're going to want to know. You're going to want to know how that happens and start getting an idea of kind of the liquidity that provides to the market. And so it's going to be a lot of great information.
So excited. So let's get a quick read on OKLO before we wrap this bad boy up. So OKLO has hit its ATR low. So I do not expect it to go much lower than this, although it could. But we've been a hard sell today since the open. So statistically, we're going to close somewhere on this downside area, and it likely might be fairly choppy today. So the only play I would really like on this one is if we somehow exhausted ourselves all the way to S6, we could maybe play the pull back towards VWAP at the time, but that just seems a little bit to ask for on this. So T-Chad, one more time on the Spot Gamma. We are going to be doing that on the 5th of August. So that's, I think it's like a week out, or a week or so away. So it'll be like the 5th of August. We're going to be doing that Spot Gamma right here on your home at 11 o'clock. So for it gets, I told everybody here, like one of the main things I'm trying to do for this channel from 11 to 12 is to create a variety segment that really brings you all to the channel. So when you're done trading for your mornings and you're ready to get your education on, you're ready to get your learn on, you're ready to kind of hang out and just talk with your fellow trading community, this is going to be a spot where you can do that on the regular from 11 to 12. So no matter where you're from, come in and hang out here at on the Bear Bull Traders channel, your new home away from home, I guess you could say. So all right, everybody, it is 11:59, so we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up this segment. Thank you for laughing with us through a couple little technical things. You know how this all goes. Make sure you're dialing in for the rest of our week. We have lots of good stuff coming in. I'll be back home after my my trips. Make sure to go by my social media at Thor Young Bear Bull Traders. You can kind of see what I was up to this week in a little bit, as well as get links to all of my programs. And then, of course, at Thor Young on the X. So Nathan, thank you for coming by as always, my brother. I appreciate you. And now we can see you. So the channel looks better right before we go off.
Hopefully Friday this doesn't happen, and then Carlos will be like, "Yeah, man, bro, you just can't come back because."
No, we'll make sure it works.
You keep messing up everything.
What we could do is after this, we could test your screen share, make sure it's all good to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Well, the selling has continued, and look at the volume on the ghost candles. So everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to wrap this thing off. Much love, and we will talk to you later. Keep it green, people.
All right.